Yeah, the camera, I mean the mic on.
Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the battle for the belt here in the 2025 edition of the FNN High School Football Game of the Week as the Cherokee County Warriors make the trip down to Central Calhoun County as they'll take on the Alexandria Valley Cubs. Both teams having a solid campaign so far in this 2025 season. It's a big night for both teams as the winner of this ball game will take home our battle for the belt and also more than likely clinch a first-round playoff spot at home in the Class 4A playoffs. We welcome you into our Battle for the Belt edition of the FNN High School Football Game of the Week. A happy game day wherever you're watching us from. James Hardy with you. And filling in tonight, Eddie Bullock on family assignment, we'll say, this evening. But Jackson New coming up to the booth with us to take at least pinch hit for Eddie tonight. Happy to have you here with us. Also, of course, Shasta Jones down along the sidelines, Jim Jacobs, and the rest of our FNN crew. Big game tonight, Jackson, for both of these teams. As Alexandria, they've had an outstanding season with only one loss so far coming into tonight at 6-1. And then Cherokee County, maybe a little bit slightly dipped as far as their standards over the last three seasons, but still a solid 6-2 start coming into tonight.
Yeah, 100%. You know, a lot of those teams 6-2, they'd be happy with 6-2. You know, but Cherokee County, that just says how big of a culture that Cherokee County has built over these last couple of years.
Well, you talk about culture, Jackson, and that's exactly historically what Alexandria also has had as far as that a winning tradition and fierce support from the Alexandria community. And you look at also this Alexandria program in general, now in their 8th season under Todd Ginn, who's gone 56-30. He's just their 4th coach they've had in their program's history, Jackson, going all the way back to 1948.
For sure. I mean, that goes right back to the culture thing. I mean, Coach Ginn has came in here. He's been really a game changer for them, man. And he's producing these boys, man, and they've been getting better every single year.
Well, they had a very disappointing 2023 with just one win in 10 games, a 1-9 overall record. But they were able to bounce back in a big way. 8 wins last year, including a second-round appearance in the 4A playoffs. And so far this year, as you mentioned, 6-1, and they're coming off a 4-game winning streak, including a season-high 56 on the road at an improved Asheville squad, including 42 of those points in the first quarter. All right. Let me know if you can hear me down there. One. All right, Jackson, last week for Alexandria, they had 56 points as far as a season high, including 42 of those in the opening quarter against a much-improved Asheville squad.
Yeah, 100%. Like we've been saying just about this Alexandria team, you know, 6-1 this year, and you got to look at that Anniston game, man. So many missed opportunities they could have won that ball game. You know, penalties held them back as well. But when this team is locked in and dialed in, they're one of the best in 4A.
And then you look at Cherokee County, 6-2 so far on the season, but they had some missed opportunities as well a couple of weeks ago against Anniston. And a game like tonight, a lot of experience as far as winning games like this in the regular season, home or away, and that's going to get tested again at maybe one of the toughest environments they've played at all season long.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, also back to the environment we were just talking about as we went on. Look at this crowd. I mean, they're everywhere here. These people, Alexandria has came out for all their games.
This is senior night for Alexandria as they only have 9 seniors on the roster this year. We talk about as far as just the atmosphere here at Lou Scales Stadium at Death Valley and the tradition that the Valley Cubs have brought on the football field year in and year out. Well, we mic'd up both of our coaches, of course, this week again. And when it comes to Coach Todd Ginn, he also talked about one of those staples as far as the mystique that is Death Valley.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, traveling in here, you know, it's intimidating, man. When you look across the field and you see these fans all in stands, it's going to be loud. It's going to be very loud. The band's going to be playing. You're on the field. The snap count's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to hear. So you got to watch out for that, too, as well.
We'll take a look at some big ones once we come back out of this timeout. Our countdown to kickoff, as always, is brought to you by our friends at Bama Sheds. A lot more to go tonight here on the FNN High School Football Game of the Week, our battle for the belt, as we will take a look at the big ones coming up on the other side of this timeout.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
At iCare Alabama, our goal is to meet the needs of every patient. Dr. Dwayne Mohan and Dr. Ryan Price always strive for excellent outcomes. We want each patient to get the best vision and medical care possible. At iCare Alabama, we utilize all the latest technological advances to ensure that you receive the best quality eye care. So call for an appointment at any of our 4 locations in Piedmont, Heflin, Roanoke, or Atala and see the difference. Most insurance is accepted. iCare Alabama. Efficient, effective eye care close to home.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now, these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the FNM Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
Our countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Bama Sheds. It is our annual Battle for the Belt contest here on the FNN High School Football Game of the Week, as that is what the winning team will be taking home, in addition to about a 99% or so likely chance of hosting a first-round home contest for the 4A playoffs. James Hardy, Jackson New, Shasta Jones down along the sidelines as you take a look at senior night festivities here at Death Valley at Alexandria High School. Let's also bring in our Jim Jacobs, because this is a big one tonight between Cherokee County and Alexandria. But once you get close to the finish line, that is the regular season. Just a couple of more region weeks, including this week for much of the state of Alabama, Jim. There's a lot of big ones going on around our region and across the state tonight.
Absolutely, guys. Glad to have you here with us at the home of the Valley Dog. We'll talk about that some more here in just a little bit, but we've got some big ones to take care of, and why don't we cue them up and get started. And this one is either going to be a blowout or a close game nobody expected. Oxford at Clay Chalkville. The Jackets, James, still have everything in front of them. I mean, they're still in contention, but things could go downhill in a hurry in the next 3 weeks.
You're right. It's been an up-and-down, topsy-turvy season for Oxford, but it's the type of season that you can have a possibility of Oxford pulling a rabbit out of the hat on the road. But Clay Chalkville, remember, lost at Oxford last year. I think they want a little payback tonight, so I'm going with Clay Chalkville.
Jackson, spread something on us here. Tell us something we don't know.
Once again, I think that duo of Aaron Fry and Corey Barber is one of the best in the entire state, and I think Clay Chalkville gets a dominant win at home.
Let's bring in our Shasta Jones and ask her thoughts on this big matchup over at Clay tonight.
Unfortunately, as much as I love my Yellow Jackets, I'm going to have to go with Clay Chalkville.
I think it's going to be Clay Chalkville across the board, James, as we move on to our next big one here tonight. This is also, this game is really hard to pick. You've got a couple of teams here in 4A Region 6, and neither one of them has won a region game. I think they're both 0-5. Etowah comes into White Plains tonight. I got to give the Wildcats the edge just because of the home field advantage.
I think I'm with you on that one, Jim. In fact, I'm going exactly with your reasoning on that and picking White Plains to pull it out tonight.
I think it's going to be really close, but I'll lean towards White Plains, and I think Coach Smith gets his first region win at White Plains tonight.
All right, good deal. Let's bring back in Shasta and get her thoughts on this one. Which way you going, girl?
I'm I think I'm going to go ahead and go with White Plains.
Across the board for WP tonight on this one, Etowah still having problems getting their program back in shape over there in Etowah County. All right, next one up, Gadsden City at Southside. This was a rivalry game for the first time ever. When we were there to do it last year, James, it was a thriller. And Gadsden City at Southside is the game that we're looking at right now. What do you think tonight when they play over at Barney Hood?
Yeah, I'm not so sure that Southside is exactly to the point this year where they were last year in the bigger picture of things. And I think Gadsden City also happened at home last year in the final seconds of their first ever contest. So I like the Titans tonight on the road.
You know, the Titans going in the South Side, tough environment, but once again, I think it's going to be a close game, but got to lean on the side of the Titans.
Yeah, I'm thinking Titans by 2 touchdowns in this one. We'll let Shasta have the last word.
Y'all have to do that to me. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go with Gadsden City.
All right, so Gadsden City across the board in this one. Shasta, you just say right on Mike, and we'll let you go first on this one. Glencoe at Ohatchee tonight. Glencoe, of course, needs to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Ohatchee just trying to find anything good. Shasta, you get to go first.
Oh, I like what I saw in Ohatchee's attempts and tries last week, but I like Glencoe's defense. I'm going to go with Glencoe.
All right, the Yellow Jackets are Shasta's first choice. You know, James, say the kid's name again, number 5 for Ohatchee.
Phoenix Tuio Losega.
Whatever. Hey, that young man can motor. I really think he's got something going that's going to be impressive when he comes back next year. Ohatchee awfully young, but I think Glencoe gets him tonight over on the creek bank.
Yeah, I think Ohatchee will give him a game, but Glencoe just a little better tonight on the road.
I agree. I think Coach Blanchard and Glencoe goes on the road and gets the win.
All right, so we're all 4 in the corner of the Yellow Jackets. Here's another interesting game. It's not really in our wheelhouse per se, but it's so big every year we have to pick it. Thompson travels to Hoover tonight. Can the Bucks pull off an upset?
I think they can, but I think Thompson just able to get across the finish line on the road.
You know, this is a close one, but, man, Trent Seaborn is that guy. I got to go with Thompson to get the win tonight.
Yeah, I like Thompson in this one as well. All right, Shasta, how about you?
Can I just say ditto? Thompson.
Yep, that'll work. All right, Lincoln at St. Clair County tonight. You know, you keep thinking that St. Clair County might have just a lapse here or there that could cause them to get upset. But on the other hand, James, they've really stepped up and you know, met the occasion and put themselves in a solid spot to host a second-place game next week against Jacksonville, and we'll return to Odenville for that one, by the way. But can Lincoln possibly slip up on them tonight?
I think they have the ability to. I think whether St. Clair County lets that little trap get up on them, I don't think that's going to happen. I like the home team, St. Clair County.
Man, I'm telling you, St. Clair County has one of the better passing attacks that I've seen personally this year with Landon Smith, and I think that's kind of going to elevate them over Lincoln tonight.
All right, I like St. Clair County at home as well, and we just hope they keep motoring, so we'll have a good one next week with them in Jacksonville here on the Game of the Week. This is another big game tonight, Jackson. North Sand Mountain at Pleasant Valley, 2 really solid teams that have had great years. How do you see this one?
As bad as I really want to pick the Raiders tonight, I got to go with North Sand Mountain to go on the road and get the win over Pleasant Valley.
I'm going to pick the home team. I like what Jonathan Nix has done the last 3 seasons with Pleasant Valley, and I like the Raiders to pick up a big home win.
Shasta, you're up.
I'm going to go with Pleasant Valley Raiders.
All right, the Raiders, and I'm going to go with Coach Nix and his pirate ship as well to take out North Sand Mountain tonight. Up next, this is another playoff game, and if I'm not mistaken, James, this is for 4th place in 4A Region 6, and the loser goes home empty-handed.
Especially if it's Hoax Bluff. If Asheville wins, I believe they are in. I'm going to pick Asheville on the road tonight.
You know, I'm going to go with home field advantage tonight. I'm going to go with Hoax Bluff with Bryce Whitaker behind center to get the win.
All right, I think we're about to have our national anthem down on the field, so we'll kind of break away from this. We've almost wrapped them up as we get set for the anthem here at Death Valley Lou Scale Stadium.
I just ask to keep everyone safe tonight on and off the field. Allow us to play with good sportsmanship and to remember that no matter the outcome of the game, God, let us give all the glory to you, because none of this could ever be possible without you, Lord. Father, thank you for your undeserving love for each of us. Thank you for sending your perfect Son to die for our sins. Not only to die, Lord, but to rise again 3 days later. Thank you, Father, that he is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one can get to the Father except through him. Lord, we love you and ask this in your name. Amen.
And there you have it, our national anthem from down on the field here. Senior night taking place at Lou Scale Stadium on Larry Ginn Field as we get set for a big one. We're going to go back and do Hoax Bluff and Asheville here real quick. James, you had some thoughts on what this means for the playoffs.
Well, for Asheville, if they're able to pick up the win on the road tonight, they'll play their way in to the postseason. A very nice season for them. A tough place for them tonight at Hoax Bluff, but I think Asheville has enough, especially offensively, to get a win on the road.
All right, Jackson, you're up.
And, you know, like I said, once again, I got to go with Hoax Bluff with Bryce Whitaker behind center to get the win.
You know, he's been a really solid piece to Coach Rob's plans this year. And, you know, if it was on the road at Asheville, I might flip a coin. But when it's up there at Mike Robertson Stadium in Hoax Bluff, I got to go with the home team, the Eagles, into the playoffs with a victory tonight. Shasta?
I'm going to probably go with Asheville.
Oh, she's going out on a limb, huh? All right.
Somebody's got it.
Yep, I see we've got some folks singing the anthem down on the field now, and see if we can possibly pick that up. Nice job there by a choir here at Alexandria High School. The big game tonight, Westbrook Christian and J.B. Pennington. James, I think this has second place implications in 3A Region 6.
That's right. Westbrook Christian's only lost once this year, and that was the game we covered, their loss at Piedmont. And J.B. Pennington, they need to win this game if they want to get into the postseason, but I like Westbrook Christian on the road.
You know, Coach Smith picked up his 300th career win last week. I think he's going to go for number 301 here tonight against J.B. Pennington.
All right, Shasta, you get to make the pick here.
Oh, make it hard again for me. Let's go ahead and go with Westbrook.
All right, and I'm going to go with Westbrook Christian on the road. I think Coach Smith's got a great program going right now, so we'll go there. And that gets us to why we are here tonight. It's a game we never picked, our game of the week. But James, Cherokee County, and Alexandria playing for second place here in Class 4A Region 6.
Right. 4A Region 6. The winner will earn, once again, 99% earn. If Asheville wins and beats Cherokee County, there's a chance they could get in a tie for second for the region if Cherokee County were to win tonight. But basically, this game is for second place. Alexandria, they've lost the last two in the series to Cherokee County. But Alexandria, maybe in a lot of ways, Jackson, they may have had a better season when you look at the bigger picture than Cherokee County has coming into tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, also, you got to go back to that Anniston game as well. You know, you got to look and see, you know, what was closer in that game. Alexandria had, like I said, so many opportunities to take the lead in that game, and, you know, penalties held them back as well, and they just could not kind of extend and get that lead there.
Now, both teams about ready to come out of their pregame locker rooms, so we had a chance to mic up both coaches prior to tonight. And first, as far as the scouting report for both of these coaches, let's hear what Todd Ginn had to say as far as his scouting report when it comes to Cherokee County. Not sure if we can get that, but no worries about that. As Alexandria, let's hear from Todd Ginn as far as his scouting report on Cherokee County.
First thing you see is their running back, number 6. He's a hard-nosed runner that runs the ball and makes it tough on you. And, you know, that's the first thing you see on them is we got to stop their run. If we can stop their run, we'll have a chance. You know, past couple of years, they've just been a big physical football team, hard-nosed football team that tries to run it down your throat. And that's easier said than done. You know, they've got big linemen, and they commit to the run. So we've got to stop the run to have a chance. I think for us, all our guys are healthy and ready to go. That's a plus for us because we have some weapons this time that we hadn't had in the past. We've had them, but they've just been young, and now they're coming into their own. So, you know, it should be a good game. You can't ask for a better atmosphere to play in and to have a chance to host a home playoff game. So it should be a good atmosphere and a big game for us.
There you hear from Coach Todd Ginn. Also a big game for Cherokee County tonight on the road, and we'll hear as far as what Jacob Kelly had to say on his scouting report on Alexandria.
Older. The biggest thing that's different is the confidence level. They play with an extreme amount of confidence right now. Offensively, they're a little bit more dynamic because they're throwing the ball a little bit more. Kind of goes out to the development of the quarterback and the receivers. They have the ability of doing multiple things on offense. They have the ability of doing multiple things on defense. They have the ability of doing multiple things in the kicking game. So I think really that's what makes them very, very dangerous is because of how confident they are, but how dynamic they are. Traditionally, I think they're seen as like a running team. They can throw it all over the yard if they want to. You know, defensively, they attack. They have relentless pursuit to the football. So if you don't block the guys and you don't block the right ones, they're gonna make plays. And so they're fun to watch, to be honest. If I wasn't playing them and just watching them, they have a lot of passion and they play for Alexandria. That's the thing that's fun to watch in high school football is guys that play and represent their communities and their school, and they do a great job of that.
A big thanks to Coach Jacob Kelly for Cherokee County and Todd Ginn for Alexandria for at least talking with us as far as their scouting reports on the opposing teams. We're about ready for the opening coin toss. Greystone Landscape Supply brings us our toss of the coin, your local source for all things green and growing in our area, serving Center, Alabama, and surrounding areas at 256-300-3091. So for Cherokee County, they'll have Ben Mosley, Keyshawn Woods among their captains. In the White Tops, Black Tops are the Valley Cubs. Cole Wheeler, J.J. Beeson among their captains, and we'll send in down to the field as far as Cecil Garrison, our referee, with the toss of the coin.
All right, guys, FNN's broadcasting the game. They got this belt. The winner will receive the belt tonight. They just wanted me to let y'all know that, okay? All right, good job. Guys, congratulations on being chosen captains, you leaders of your team. Sportsmanship throughout the contest, okay? You the visitor. That's heads. Head, tails. What's your call? Tails. Tails. Drop it. We'll do it again, okay? It is heads. You win the toss. You see, defend, defer those off second half. You want to defer. How's there one toss? They deferring. You want the football? Which way you want to kick it?
You want to defend the scoreboard.
Which way you want to kick it? This way? Okay. Turn the way you want to kick it. All right, there you go. They won and deferred. Y'all getting the football, okay? Going to receive down here, okay? Shake hands, guys. Good luck.
And there you hear the opening coin toss as Alexandria will get the football first as Cherokee County wins the coin toss. Jackson, give us at least a little bit of what you're thinking are your keys for both of these teams in a big, big region game tonight.
I mean, the answer's simple. Run the ball. Who can run the football the best? Because both these teams, you know, like we say, Wheeler can pass the ball, but a lot of the time they're going to go with J.J. Beeson in the backfield. And Cherokee County, when we've seen them already this year, they do not throw the ball hardly at all. But one thing I would love to see from Cherokee County that I seen in that Anniston game, when they put Keyshawn Woods in that Wildcat formation, that kind of Gus Malzahn Wildcat formation that he had, that power. And, you know, he took it to the house, and that was the one big play for Cherokee County. I'd like to see a lot more of that tonight.
Now, Keyshawn Woods was able to rack up over 300 yards rushing at home last week on senior night against Oaks Bluff as both Cherokee County and Alexandria make their way out onto the field. Lou Scales Stadium, or better known as Death Valley, as a blackout type of night for Alexandria, wearing their black tops and bottoms, and then the white tops and bottoms for Cherokee County. A big night, really in a lot of ways when you look at Alexandria. Of course they have the tradition, 3 state championships, as well as just the stability of the football program over the decades, but coming off of a 1-9 season 2 years ago. This is also in a lot of ways, Jackson, especially with what Cherokee County has accomplished over the last 3 years, this is kind of a statement game for Alexandria to show that, hey, we're on our way to being back to where we belong.
Well, you know, exactly. You know, you got to look and say, hey, this is like you said, it's a statement game for them. Say, hey, we belong just right in there with you as Cherokee County. Like, you know, went to the state finals like last year, and so this is a huge game.
Now, we'll hear maybe later on as far as from Jacob Kelly, but he also told me earlier in the week, Jackson, he wants his team to play at least as far as what they're capable of playing. But in order for them to do that, they've got to eliminate the penalties and the turnovers and just the mistakes in general that, in his mind, has plagued this team this entire season.
Yeah, you can't beat yourself. That's one of the main things. You cannot beat yourself. And you know, we've seen that in the Anniston game when it's going to be against Cherokee County.
A critical turnover. Also a block punt that went against Cherokee County that was able to get Anniston across the finish line 2 weeks ago. David's Record Service brings us our opening kickoff, providing 24-hour towing. And we'll see if one of these two teams needs that as far as a big region game tonight. Class 4A Region 6, both of these teams with just one region loss on the season, both coming to Anniston. Here's an onside kick, a loose ball, a fight for it, and Alexandria says they have it. And let's see the official indication not given out yet. And now it appears Alexandria, I think, has it, as there's also a flag that comes in late. 4A Region 6. So we'll take another look here. These teams with just as far as that Walker Marine Works replay of that onside kick. And there you see an aggressive call that time from Coach Todd Ginn, but Alexandria wants to make a statement early on.
And that's exactly how you start off a game. You want to make a statement in right there. Onside kick, not expecting it. I think that was number 3, Moncray Morris, that recovered the onside kick there, and that is huge for the Alexandria offense.
Yeah, MJ Morris, one of their star athletes for Alexandria.
Alexandria football going this way. After the play, unsportsmanlike. Alexandria. After the play, unsportsmanlike. Cherokee County. They offset. 1st and 10.
So there you hear Cecil Garrison confirm both Alexandria putting unsportsmanlike conduct calls.
And, both coaches said this week, got to minimize the penalty. So Coach Ginn and Coach Kelly can't be happy with that on the opening kickoff.
Representative Randy Wood, who represents Alabama House District 36, brings you our first quarter as we'll take a look at the Alexandria starters, beginning with Cole, quarterback. He had a couple of touchdowns last week on the road at Asheville, a rushing and a passing touchdown, and needed to just throw 14 times, got 8 completions for almost 150 yards. And we'll have a whistle, and looks like an early timeout called by Coach Todd Ginn. Always a special atmosphere when it comes to Death Valley. And let's send it down to Shasta Jones as far as one of the featured items at the concession stands when it comes to the Valley Dog.
Well, I was able to...
So we'll send back down to Shasta here in just a moment, but does give us an opportunity as far as looking at the starters further for Alexandria. Ryan Brown, the fullback, along with Jayden Nixon in the backfield. You also have M.J. Morris, who was able to recover that onside kick, along with Evan White and J.J. Beeson as your receivers, Royce Trantham as the tight end. And then on the offensive line, it is Russell Trantham, the twin brother of Royce Trantham, at center. And Gavin Sweet at left tackle, Parker Nemeth at right tackle, and then the guards, Will Martin at right guard, Gage Kelly or Knox Faulkner at left guard. As a pretty solid gain on first down as Alexandria able to get the ball off quickly that time and able to advance the football from the 44 to just shy of the Cherokee County 35-yard line.
And, that's huge for Alexandria out there. Establish the run game early.
So Nixon, who's gotten more recent calls as far as the tailback position, able to get about an 8-yard gain. Here's a quick throw to the near side. That's caught. First down, and I Care Alabama first down, and a little bit more across the 30-yard line. But so far, so good for Alexandria as they've gotten their first down in their first 2 plays from scrimmage.
And, you've got to get the ball in the hands of your athletes, and that's exactly what they're doing. M.J. Morris right there, give him the ball in space and let him make a play.
M.J. Morris, just a sophomore, had 5 touchdowns in the win against Sardis at the end of September. Alexandria has not lost since that 20-18 thriller, at least that was on the short end of the stick for them at Anniston about a month ago. Beeson in the backfield. Here's the quick toss over to the far side. That's complete. As a loose football. And it looks as if Alexandria, however, able to come up with the football as Morris again, or I think White that time on the catch.
Ooh, scary right there. On this opening drive where you've shown a lot of potential.
Cherokee County defensively up front will have Dylan Duncan or Case Tittle at one of the defensive end spots. Darwin Ross at the other defensive end. Dalton Duncan is the nose guard. Case Hill and Jaquan Diamond, the outside linebackers. Ethan Glass and Nate Black are the inside linebackers. 2nd down and 6. Man in motion is White, as we'll have a whistle and a flag on the play. It appears it's going to against
Pump guard. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
5-yard setback for Alexandria that will put them behind the sticks now for a 2nd down and long. A little more than 2 minutes played here in the opening quarter, as Alexandria decided to go for the onside kick to get this game started in grand fashion, and they were able to recover. A couple of plays later, a 1st down, and then after a near disaster and a coming up. Wheeler all alone in the backfield, drops back under pressure, and now goes downfield, one-on-one ball, and caught in the end zone and held on by White. But they'll say incomplete, as it appears that he did not have possession inbounds. So,
and that was a beautifully placed ball by Wheeler right there. He just couldn't get his foot in bounds.
So a break in the end zone and held on by Weiss. So there you see the Walker Marine Works second look that time. Almost a great job on the footwork also by Evan White, but the junior not quite able to keep that foot in back. He had 8 catches for 122 yards at Hoax Bluff last week along with the touchdown. Here comes 3rd and long. Wheeler wants to go downfield, and that's intercepted. Very nice job by Keyshawn Thomas, the safety, as he was able to drift back in coverage for the pick.
And that is huge for Cherokee County right there. To get your defense off field, force a turnover now, you put your offense in a pretty good position.
An outstanding play that time on the Walker Marine Works second look by Keyshawn Thomas, the experienced safety, the junior, as he's able to come up with a big play for the Warriors, as now Adam Griffith, Keyshawn Woods, and the rest of the Warriors come out offensively. And you know what they're going to do. They're going to try and go right at this Alexandria defense. Ben Mosley, one of the tight ends, in motion. Woods goes up the middle and gets met by M.J. Morris from his safety spot. Also one of the linebackers, or check that, one of the DBs, and J.J. Beeson on the tackle. Let's look further at the Cherokee County offense. We'll also see some Jay-Sean Stroop in the backfield. And then J.V. Henderson, Ethan Glass, and Tatum Perry as some of those receivers, with Case Hill and Ben Mosley, the tight end. Trying to stretch it to the outside. Woods able to sneak whatever yards he can at the far numbers, maybe a couple of yards that time. 3rd down coming up. We played about 3.5 minutes of this opening quarter. Keyshawn Thomas able to come up with a big interception. And here comes a 3rd down and medium. We'll take a look at the offensive line here in just a moment. As Griffith going to be tested here on 3rd down as he calls for an audible at the line. Here's the give Woods as he gets wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage and nothing further. Very nice play by Ryan Brown, the linebacker, as he was able to read the play and make the stop. Punting time coming up.
Tremendous job by Alexandria defense. Turnover, not ideal at all, but your defense comes out, makes a play, and they're going to force a punt here.
Hugh Miller, the place kicker, also the punter this year for Jacob Kelly's Cherokee County Warriors, as he'll punt the football away. M.J. Morris standing around midfield, just shy of midfield at that Alexandria logo.
I'm not punting MJ.
There's a line drive spiraling punt fielded at the 47 by Morris. Contained nicely that time as about a 5-yard return for Morris, as you had 3 different special teams players for Cherokee County come up on the stop.
Yeah, great contain there by Cherokee County.
By the way, the rest of the Cherokee County defense in the defensive backfield, Keyshawn Thomas, the free safety, Cooper Allen, the other safety, the strong safety, and then Quintavious Rogers, J.V. Henderson, the primary corners. Could see some Tatum Perry also in that defensive backfield.
Also, look out for Case Tittle. He made some huge plays in that Anderson game that we ended up calling.
1st down, great field position for Alexandria. Brown the call right up the middle is a good surge on the left side of the offensive line as 3 different Cherokee County Warriors have to take down Ryan Brown after about a solid 4 or 5 yards. A big thanks to State Representative Randy Wood from Alabama House District 36 as he presents our first quarter, serving District 36 since 2002, loyal to our community, focused on our future. Second. Here's the quick pass to the near side. That's complete. More so far as he advances the football inside the 30, and that is good enough for the 1st down.
And, he should be the key target, just of how versatile that guy is. I can say it till I'm blue in the face, but, get it to your athletes and let them make plays.
And you look at so far in this first quarter, Alexandria has dominated the field position as they have started across midfield on both of their drives so far. 1st down and 10. Football just inside the 28-yard line of Cherokee County. Wheeler now operates out of the shotgun. Beeson gets the call, finds some room off of left guard, and gets inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. So solid vision that time by Beeson, as he's been at least one of the primary athletes, whether at receiver or at running back. Jaden Nixon also has gotten a lot of carries since the Anniston game. Had 10 carries for over 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns at Asheville last week. Second down on the way. Brown back in at a H-back spot. I think Nixon is in the backfield wearing number 19 as he explodes off the left side, and it appears, I think, Jackson, he has enough to move the chains.
And, you know, those 3 or 4 yards per play, that's how you win football games. You know, it kills clock, you slow the game down, and it's huge.
So needed 5, and looks as if that he got about 4.5 or so officially, so it's going to be third down and about a half yard to go. Wheeler now goes under center. Nixon, the primary back. Quarterback sneak easy does it for Cole Wheeler as he keeps the drive alive. Just went off of his left guard and no resistance that time from the Cherokee County defensive line. As now a first down coming up as they'll spot the football inside the 20-yard line. So it's Alexandria's first red zone opportunity, brought to you by Weiss Electric and Plumbing.
And this Alexandria O-line has dominated in the trenches so far.
The type of ball Todd Ginn wants his program to play. Of course, as well as Cherokee County head coach Jacob Kelly. Nixon wearing number 19 in the backfield. As before the snap, we have what looks like a flag on the play. Cecil Garrison tells us it is a false start.
Offense. 5 yards.
So second down upcoming. Jaden Nixon normally wears number 15, but with the black tops tonight, wearing number 19, he's had a solid back end of the season. Almost to the 4-minute mark to go here in the opening quarter. They'll mark the football back around the 19-yard line. Wheeler now under center. Brown goes in motion, and the give to Nixon as he gets gobbled up and slung around and thrown down in the backfield, as it appears Asa Hobart that time shoots through the gap for the TFL. And look at that from the nose guard spot, just able to break through the middle of the offensive line and just sling around Nixon and throw.
That's just pure strength right there.
So another long yardage situation, a second down and 17 after a loss of 2. Alexandria with a chance to get some points on the board as they threw an interception to Keyshawn Thomas on their opening drive. Here's Wheeler under pressure and now throws to a safety valve complete to Morris as he's pretty much contained as the football came out, but well after the play. So we'll take another look on the Walker Marine Works replay. Good pressure applied by Cherokee County as Wheeler just has to dump it down to his nearest receiver, M.J. Morris, as good coverage also provided by Cherokee County's Aiden Mansell.
And also phenomenal job by Wheeler right there to scramble out and extend the play and find his open receiver.
So, not sure if we had a penalty, but looks as if we did. And so Alexandria, they've had a handful of penalties so far on this drive alone. And it's a big game tonight here at Death Valley between Cherokee County and Alexandria, our battle for the belt here in the 2025 season. Beeson comes off the sideline.
But once again, you know, back to the penalty thing, you cannot put yourself behind the sticks. You're just beating yourself.
Second down and 23. Here's the counter give to to turn the corner, gets some pretty good room. That's a staple play in the Alexandria offense. And he gave it right in front of him to Ryan Brown on kind of that counter end-around give.
Great play call there.
So third down. So that gain close to 12 or 13. Under 2 minutes to go. They'll say officially a 12-yard line. Still third down and long. As that line to reach for the iCare Alabama first down is at the 3-yard line. Play clock at 6. Cole Wheeler now at the line of scrimmage. He'll flip it out. A loose football on the ground. And very lucky to get it back, but Alexandria does maintain possession. We'll take another look here, Jackson. See the pitch coming up to Nixon as he just drops the football.
And he's very lucky that ball bounced just right up back into his hands there.
So it appears it's going to be field goal time. Valen Eaton, the regular place kicker, comes out. So they're going to mark this football as far as the kick is concerned at the 22. So let's call it a 32-yard field goal attempt. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Snap, holder there, and the kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. Or no good, I think. So, a missed field goal that time, as that's another big break for Cherokee County, as they were in a deficit as far as that field position, as Cherokee County able to bend but not break, as Alexandria a chance to score, but they couldn't do so.
For sure, that's a heartbreaker for the Valley Cubs there. You're trying to get points. That was a long drive. But once again, you're killing clock. But great for Cherokee County. They start about the same first drive.
They'll start the football from their own 20. Give to Woods. Struggles to get a couple. As good job by Ryan Brown as well as the rest of the Alexandria defense. In fact, let's take a look at the Valley Cubs defense up front. Parker Nemeth along with Royce Trantham, Knox Faulkner, and Kaysen Gardner up front along with some Cooper Bridges. Linebackers of Corey Owens, Ryan Brown, and Eli Kirby. Play fake. It's Griffith under pressure, and he goes down. The initial pressure by Owens, the linebacker. As also Kaysen Gardner helps out on the sack.
Griffith just got absolutely blown up. That play didn't go anywhere.
And it appears that we do have an injured player for Alexandria down on the field. It looks like one of the linebackers down as we have just 13 and a half seconds to go here in the first quarter. Let's go ahead and step aside for a quick injury timeout. Late first quarter, still no score here on the FNN High School Football Game of the Week.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Fred Shears, Carolyn Henderson, Terry Howell, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at Calhoun County. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome to Calhoun County, Alabama, your natural outdoor activities, amazing cultural sites, mouth-watering, all wrapped into one amazing vacation destination. Whether you're looking for a relaxing overnight getaway or for a one-of-a-kind escapade, Calhoun County boasts an incredible selection of outdoor recreational is the natural attraction centrally located between Atlanta and Birmingham, with plenty of fun and memories waiting to be made. Come to Calhoun County, Alabama, a natural attraction.
Either team able to get on the scoreboard. Cherokee County on their second ball game. And let's send it down to Shasta Jones as far as wins for Alexandria. First in Royce Trantham.
Yeah, thanks, James. I spoke with Royce this week about growing up in this area and his dreams of one day playing for the Valley Cubs. He said he was always a manager as a young boy and got to watch his. This is a whole different level of football than what he saw, so it makes him, especially at home, it's a whole different crowd, and he knows there's a whole different group of expectations than what was there at some places. He just wants to meet those expectations.
Very nicely done there, Shasta. As far as our feature on Royce Trantham, just coming out of that Curvin's Roofing timeout as we begin the second quarter with a 3rd and long for Cherokee County. Officially underway in the second quarter. Griffith has time now, wants to go down the field, has a receiver incomplete at the 45. That's a huge first down reception by Keyshawn Thomas, and that was one of the best throws by Adam Griffith all season long.
Where did that come from? Griffith right there. That was absolutely amazing. You can't throw a better ball than that.
This is a great look, courtesy of Walker Marine Works, and right on Thomas.
And Thomas, I apologize, Thomas did a great job at adjusting to that ball as well.
I was about to say needed 14 and got a lot more than that. First time that Cherokee County is across the 50-yard line as Woods nearly spins free and gets close to the first down, but across the 40 to about the 37-yard line, we'll call it, still a solid 6 yards. And I'll tell you, this throw that we saw from Griffith, those are the type of throws really that Cherokee County probably needs more often to kind of loosen it up for the running game.
And another thing's confidence, man. You got to understand confidence. Griffith's confidence right now has got to be sky high from that throw.
Here comes the give to Woods. Some running room as he breaks free across the 25 as he's tackled down about the 24-yard line. And now Cherokee County, they're in business close to the red zone.
And just like you said, that pass has now opened up the run game, and this has given Alexandria something else to think about.
So here from Death Valley. Second, or check that now, a first down and 10, and before the snap we'll have what looks like a false start. We'll hear from Cecil Garrison as far as the official indication.
Before false start. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So they'll spot the football back at the 29-yard line of Alexandria. Our second quarter presented by Perry Monument Company, located at Cedar Bluff Road and Center and on the 278 bypass in Piedmont. First and long. Griffith wants to go down the field, and that's a bit too high this time. It incomplete, intended for Henderson. So it appears that maybe Cherokee County opening up the offense a little bit compared to what they usually do as Griffith decides to go up top on that first down play, second down and long upcoming.
And I think they got to find Ben Mosley here. If they're opening up the pass game, in my opinion, that's one of probably your key offensive, wide receiver weapon, even though he's a tight end. And I'd love 6'5". They got a big frame. They got to get it to him.
Here's Woods right up the gut as he drags tacklers with him inside the 20, and a red zone trip, the first of the night for Cherokee County. So this is an impressive drive that started at their own 20-yard line and has now gotten the Warriors into red zone territory. Third down upcoming.
And why do you need a passing game when you just hand the rock to Woods and let him run right up the gut and pick up yards?
Weiss Electric and Plumbing Supply out of center brings us our red zone trips for both teams. Third down and 5. Gain of 10 for Keyshawn Woods. Woods again on the call. This time stood up for very, very minimal yardage. Looks as if Ryan Brown and company, maybe some Gardner as well, able to make a very solid stop and set up a fourth down and medium. Maybe a little too far to try a field goal for Hugh Miller. So it looks as if the Cherokee County's offense is going to stay on the field.
And Ryan Brown's a Swiss Army knife, man. He's been playing all over offense, defense, and he's really the one that blew that play up there.
4th down, line to reach for the first down is the 13. Play clock down to 6. Already down to 4, and Jacob Kelly wants to use one of his timeouts and will do likewise. Big 4th down coming up. Still no score, but Cherokee County in the red zone here on FNN.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver Card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
What could be one of the biggest plays early on in tonight's ball game, a 4th down and 4 upcoming for Cherokee County. James Hardy, Jackson News, Shasta Jones down on the sidelines. That's the line to reach for the iCare Alabama first down, the 13-yard line. Griffith with Woods alongside him, play fake. Woods goes toward Mosley and gets him for the touchdown. You mentioned it. Go to Ben Mosley, and on 4th down, that's exactly what Adam Griffith does, Jackson.
Mama, there goes that man. 6'5" Ben Mosley right there. Like I said, get him, let him have the opportunity to make a play there, and that's exactly what he does.
17 yards on the touchdown connection for Adam Griffith, who was 6 of 15 last week with a couple of touchdowns against Oaks Bluff. So Cherokee County on the board first as Hugh Miller on for the point after. Snap and hold, and kick is up, and that is good. So we'll take the timeout. Cherokee County on the board first, 9:11 to go until halftime. 1-0.
Hi, I'm Randy Woods, State Representative for District 36, which covers parts of Calhoun, St. Clair, and Talladega counties. As your representative in Montgomery, I say good luck to all our local student athletes, coaches, and supporters. Best wishes for a great season and a successful school year.
A big-time drive for Cherokee County as they go 80 yards, but a couple of those big plays in the passing game for Adam Griffith as he was able to get a 3rd and 14 connection to Keyshawn Thomas, and then a 17-yard pass on 4th and 4 to Ben Mosley to get Cherokee County on the board.
But like we said, that passing game, that one long pass right there completely changed the offense for Cherokee County and opened up the run game.
The Davids Wrecker service kickoff coming up from Hugh Miller. End over end kick, fielded or at least dropped initially as Beeson picks it up. Gets across the 20 and taken down at about the 25-yard line. That was a big touchdown drive for Cherokee County. And now Alexandria in a position to where they would like to respond on this offensive drive. By the way, at least as far as some of those passes, a little money in the bank, courtesy of FNN Bank for junior quarterback Adam Griffith. As you see, Cecil Garrison tells us that there was a holding penalty on the kickoff return, so Alexandria is going to be a little bit backed up. Yeah, definitely some of those passes, as you see, service, solutions, and strength, and Adam Griffith provided a lot of those to deposit some points into the bank account for Cherokee County on that drive. Let's see if Alexandria can do likewise. However, they'll start from their own 13-yard line. Beeson on the call. He'll go into the arms of Nate Black along with Keyshawn Thomas. That's a solid gain across the 15 to about the 17-yard line. A good pace going here in the first half as we're already under 9 minutes to go until halftime, and Cherokee County playing, at least right now, at the pace that they want this game played, a low-scoring slugfest. Second down coming up. Both teams giving up about 16 points per ball game defensively. Here's the play fake and the quick throw. That's caught. Morris on the reception across the 20 to about the 23-yard line, and that is good enough for the Alexandria first down.
And, another thing that I've noticed, these DBs, Cherokee County, is giving Alexandria so much cushion. I mean, he can hit Morris every time on that little list. I mean, pick up 4 or 5 yards in reality until they make adjustments.
So first down coming up. Morris has tended to be so far the favorite target for Cole Wheeler. So they'll operate now from the 24. The 7-yard pass completion on second down to move the sticks. White goes in motion. Beeson on the carry, sees room and taken down. That was a nice reaction by Ethan Glass, the linebacker, as he was able to come from behind to make the stop. Football goes out to the 29-yard line, so still gets a rock-solid 5 yards. See if Alexandria can pound their way, or maybe us try and spread out Cherokee County here as they'll have a second and medium. Cherokee County on the road next week at Asheville to close out the regular season. Quarterback draw, well read that time, as you had about 4 or 5 white shirts for Cherokee County come up to help out on the stop. Case Tittle, one of those. And then also you had 3 others that appeared for Cherokee County that were able to gang up on Cole Wheeler. So third down. Still gain 3 for Wheeler. Needs just a couple to keep this drive alive. Drive started at their own 13. Brown, the fullback, is the deep back as Wheeler sneaks it up the middle, and that should be more than good enough for the Alexandria first down. And Alabama first down keeps the Valley Cubs on the field offensively. Their senior night tonight as they'll be on the road for their final 2 games of the regular season.
And, that's a quarterback sneak technically, but it might as well be a quarterback draw when you're picking up 4 or 5 yards.
Almost halfway through the second quarter. Football at the 37. Here's Beeson on the jet sweep. Turns it upfield and breaks a tackle. Reverses field. Has some running room. Excites the home fans at midfield as he gets another Alexandria first down.
And Beeson, man, not the biggest guy on the field, man. But, man, he's got some heart. I'll tell you that right now.
Beeson just 5'10 and 158, but he's a do-everything type of athlete for this Alexandria offense and this Alexandria team in general. Not a seat to be had tonight here at Death Valley. First and 10 from midfield. Let's see if Alexandria goes on top. As no, they'll give it to Morris on the jet sweep. And he gets bottled up pretty good that time by Cherokee County, as Morris only able to get a couple to the 48 of the Warriors.
Great job by Cherokee County there to bottle up Morris because we know how versatile he is. But I am loving these kind of reverse end arounds for the Valley Cubs.
Yeah, we saw a lot of creativity from them about a month ago against Anniston as they put the Bulldogs really against the wall as far as almost being able to come up with a key road win last month. See if they can come through here tonight, though, at home, and what could give them a first-round home game in 3 weeks in the 4A playoffs. Pitch goes to Beeson, cuts it up off of left guard as he gets taken down by Ethan Glass across the 45 to the 44. Alexandria is going to need 4 more yards, however, to get that first down.
And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to look for Morris again on those little, just kind of out route throws that he's throwing there. Get him in space, let him make a play.
They'll need at least a lot of those bags of ice, the 99-cent bags of ice after tonight from the Grub Mart. And let's see if Alexandria can pound their way maybe to a first down here on 3rd and 4. Quick throw to Morris, complete, gets his first down as he goes out of bounds across the 35 to about the 34-yard line.
And once again, just get it to your playmakers, Morris, and let him make a play. And that's exactly what they did.
We'll take a second look. Walker Marine Works shows us this RPO pass to MJ Morris on the outside. Basically an extended handoff on the bubble screen, but gets the job done and then some for the Valley Cubs. As this drive started at the 13-yard line, now at the Cherokee County 34. Clock stops right at 4 to go until we reach halftime. Wheeler, fade pass far side, and well defended but caught by Morris as he goes in for the touchdown.
MJ Morris, are you kidding me?
34 yards as that was a picture-perfect fade route from Wheeler. Walker Marine Works shows us that outstanding pitch and catch from Wheeler to Morris from 34 yards out, as now Valen Eaton comes out to try and tie this one up.
And we came in here talking about this team's run game, man, and boy, have we been wrong. Gets rid of the passing game that has opened everything up here tonight.
Adam Griffith with a couple of key passes for Cherokee County to get the Warriors on the board. And now Cole Wheeler does so for Alexandria. Snap, hold, and kick are all there as we're knotted up at 7. Let's take the timeout. 3:51 until halftime. Tied up late second quarter. The FNN High School Football Game of the Week.
It's game day, and from all of us at Bucks Island,
from the Loft Tackle Store,
from the team in service,
from the team in park,
from the sales team,
from the Bucks Island family, good luck and go get 'em, boys.
Treating our customers the way we want to be treated since 1948. BucksIsland.com or call 1-800-I'm-READY. Let our team help you win on the water.
It's the game of the week on FNN.
7-7, late second quarter, 3:51 to go until halftime. As the quarterback's getting it done for both teams. Cole Wheeler with a 34-yard connection to MJ Morris to tie it up. And then Adam Griffith to Ben Mosley on 4th and 4 from 17 yards out to get Cherokee County on the board. As here comes the kickoff for Alexandria. David's Wrecker service, and looked as if right before the snap we had, or at least the kick, I beg your pardon, there's a flag on the play. Appeared that Alexandria wanted to try and sneak in another onside.
Re-kick.
So they'll do things over again here on the Alexandria kickoff, courtesy of David's Wrecker service, located in Jacksonville, not too far away from Death Valley. 24-hour towing. Give them a call at 256-435-7083.
And, you know, honestly, the re-kick is going to work out better for them because Cherokee County recovered that onside kick, and that would have given them field position at right about the Valley Cub eye, so about the 50.
Valen Eaton ready to Alexandria Valley Cub kickoff. This time a low scud missile. Fielded it by Woods about the 24-yard line as he has a head of steam across midfield as he gets Cherokee County some outstanding field position. Keyshawn Woods that time able to advance the football 29 yards, and so Cherokee County, they're going to have great field position upcoming.
Well, the re-kick didn't work out better in their favor because Cherokee County picked up about 5 more yards than they would have on the onside kick. So
now Adam Griffith with some confidence after a couple of clutch completions. He brings the Cherokee County offense back out on the field to see if they can retake the lead. Cherokee County's offense only scoring about 26.5 points per ball game this year, a little bit down from what they've had the last 3 years. Big room right up the middle as Woods nearly able to break it almost to the house that time as he's able to get it inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Keyshawn Woods, tell you, Jackson, he was about a shoestring being on his feet.
Yeah, for sure. And a great job by that was a huge hole they opened up for him there.
James Hunter center, one of 13 seniors for Cherokee County this year. Woods, lots of running room on the left side as he's on the move down the sideline as he lowers his head inside the 10-yard line until you could see that left side just open up for Keyshawn Woods. And there you see nobody really had him for Alexandria until he was taken down all the way inside the 10-yard line. So that's a 1st and goal coming up.
Again, the passing game opening up the run game once again.
We'll call it at the 3-yard line.
You know where this is going.
Griffith in the backfield as Woods on the call, bangs forward right up the middle, and he's in for the Cherokee County touchdown. Nice response by Cherokee County as they were able to get great field position courtesy of Keyshawn Woods' kickoff return, and he's able to carry the team on his back from there for 6.
We're around Halloween, no hocus pocus, straight focus on that drive right there by Keyshawn Woods.
Look at you there, Jackson. That's a pretty good rhyme going right there as we come in on Halloween in a couple of weeks. PAT upcoming for Hugh Miller. Successful in his first try. 2:55 to go until halftime as Cherokee County on top 13-7. Little low snap, no worries on the hold as that kick is indeed good. And we'll take the timeout with 2:55 to go. And Cherokee County now on top 14-7.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the FNN Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
A 46-yard touchdown drive, all done by the star running back Keyshawn Woods as he was able to rush it in from 3 yards out. Cherokee County on top by 7. Another David's Wrecker service kickoff. Miller approaches the football. Little chip shot as that goes toward Morris at the 20. Looks to reverse it to the near side. Loses. Cherokee County comes up with it. We were talking about before, during the timeout, Jackson, for Cherokee County, their confidence. You go back to that 3rd and 14 deep ball to Keyshawn Thomas, and that really got the offense spark plugged. And now the momentum firmly on the visiting sideline.
Ever since that pass, we have seen a completely different Cherokee County team.
We take a look at this Walker Marine Works second look, and just the ball stripped out of Morris's hands, and Jay Sean Stroop comes up with the recovery.
Tyler Reese right there on the the forced fumble. That was huge.
We got a timeout on the field. It does give us some time, however. Another one of our players tonight, we looked at Royce Trantham as far as Alexandria is concerned. Well, we'll also take a look as far as what Shasta has to say about his twin brother.
Thanks, James. Russell told me since he and Royce are twins about the competition between them. He said they always had competition playing together, but Royce has always been bigger. So in 8th grade, Royce got pulled up and Russell got to stay down. Russell said he felt kind of bad but was happy for Royce, so that encouraged him to keep going. And now Russell went from starting on junior high to rotating on varsity. When I asked him about dreams as a kid of getting to play for the Valley Cubs, he said coming to Alexandria, you watch a home football game and even the away games, you are always going to see Alexandria sidelines packed, sold out, everybody's going to be there, and that always made him feel like he wanted to do this one day.
Outstanding work there, Shasta. As we take a look as far as the Trantham twins, but right now it's the Cherokee County offense off of a special teams takeaway as they have a 1st and 10 inside the Alexandria 30. Woods snakes his way through the front line and gets to about the 25-yard line. Second down coming up as our second quarter tonight, presented by Perry Monument Company, located in Center as well as Piedmont. You could take a look more about them at www.perrymonument.com. Second down coming up, a 3-yard gain from Keyshawn Woods. Over 300 yards and a touchdown against Hoax Bluff on senior night last Friday night in a 24-10 win. Griffith readies himself for the snap. And he's going to keep it on the zone read and able to get some solid yardage inside the 25. Good job by Griffith, who's had a pretty solid first half so far. Sets up his team for a 3rd and short.
Yeah, 100. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to look at Griffith, and once again, like I said, keep handing the ball to Woods there. That opens up the RPO, and once again, Griffith takes for himself on a read option.
So they'll spot the football or they'll move it back. It looks as if Cherokee County with a miscue. Haven't had too many tonight.
Run, blocking the offense. 10 yards from the end of the run, replay, take it down.
Yeah, Cecil Garrison hasn't had to remind us too much tonight so far in the first half when it comes to Cherokee County penalties. Had to do so that time on a block in the back. So moves the football across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Less than 2 minutes to go until halftime. Here's Woods as he gets spun around about the 30-yard line, falls forward to about the 29-yard line. So looking at the timeout situation, Alexandria with just one and a couple of timeouts at the disposal for Cherokee County. 3rd down and long upcoming from the 29 of Alexandria. Line to reach for the iCare Alabama first down is the 18-yard line. Here's the play action. Griffith on the roll. Now throws one-on-one coverage and underthrown and looks as if intercepted. A big pick that time for Tylen Hunt, the cornerback, as Alexandria comes up with the big play.
Yeah, and a great job there by Alexandria, because that's a 50-50 ball, and, who's going to come down with it? Alexandria wins that battle.
Intended for J.V. Henderson as the ball underthrown, however, is Tylen Hunt able to position himself for the first Alexandria takeaway of the night. Just over a minute to go until halftime. However, Alexandria backed up almost to their own goal line. They'll spot that 2-yard line as Cole Wheeler makes the long sprint to the huddle. Alexandria breaks the huddle at 10. Beeson in the backfield as they'll reset the play clock, looks like. Now Beeson up the middle as he runs right into Case Tittle, but able to drag him and a couple of other Warriors to about the 4. However, at this point, Alexandria, they just want to at least hold on to this football, not turn it over deep in their own territory, get to the halftime locker room and regroup.
That's exactly what I was going to say here. You got to be very, very careful, especially if you're running plays down here. Because, you've really struggled with fumbles in this game already. If you fumble the ball right here on the 2-yard line, you're in major, major trouble.
Yeah, likely the last play of the first half for Alexandria. And here's the pump fake and the throw down the field, and it goes incomplete. 21.6 seconds to go. A little bit surprised that time that we saw a throw from Alexandria when at least this deep in the second quarter, deep in their own territory.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that play call there. Especially, like I said, I thought they might just try to take it in the half and regroup, but throw a pass there, and now you stop the clock with 21 seconds, 3rd and 8. And if Cherokee County wants to, they get a stopper. They call a timeout, and that gives them possibly either a field goal attempt or at least a Hail Mary attempt. Depends on how far the punt is.
3rd down and long. 3rd and 8 with 21.6 to go. Pitch goes to Beeson as he tries to turn it up the right side, and he'll get minimal yardage. And now here comes one of Jacob Kelly's 2 remaining timeouts with 13.1 seconds to go. I'll tell you what, on the whole, especially after how this game started with that successful onside kick for Alexandria, I think if you're Jacob Kelly, you've got to like how this first half has turned out for your team.
I mean, for sure. I mean, you look, I mean, they came in here basically in enemy territory, so to speak, and they have played a phenomenal first half of football. You know, a couple miscues early on in the first two drives, but that one long pass ignited their confidence, and that has kind of rolled them on all the way here.
So that was an Adam Griffith bomb on 3rd and 14 on their first touchdown drive to Keyshawn Thomas, the junior athlete. That was able to get the ball into Alexandria territory for the first time. That led to a 17-yard reception by Ben Mosley, the senior tight end. And then on the very next scoring drive for Cherokee County was a 3-yard run by Keyshawn Woods.
But also, you got to be careful right here. You know, you're punting from your 4-yard line. That pass stopped the clock, and now Cherokee County has a chance to punt block here.
Well, Cole Wheeler, also the punter for Alexandria, beg your pardon. So he'll now drop back into punt formation. A little high snap there, but the punt goes off. That's going to land about the 35-yard line. 6 seconds now down to 4. As they'll now get the football. Will Keyshawn Thomas. 2 seconds to go until halftime.
And Thomas just let the ball sit there, and the clock was slowly running out, and he didn't realize it, so finally he picks the ball up.
Well, you mentioned as far as some of the possibilities that Cherokee County has with 1.9 seconds to go, and hey, why not chuck it up to the end zone and see what happens here? They're going to spot this football at the Alexandria 34-yard line. So that's going to give the Warriors one shot to potentially maybe steal a score before they go into the halftime locker room.
And Mosley right here at the bottom of the screen, look out for him. Like I said, he's got about probably 5 inches on everybody on this Alexandria defense.
And sensing that Todd Ginn wants to talk with his team and burn his final timeout. 1.9 seconds to go as Alexandria also, as far as their lone scoring drive, capped off by a 34-yard connection from Cole Wheeler to MJ Morris. That was an 87-yard touchdown drive. But Cherokee County, they'll at least at the very worst take a 7-point lead into the halftime locker room. And depending on how this, what you would think is a Hail Mary coming up, could be a lot more. This is the battle for the belt this year, so our winner tonight will be receiving our FNN belt following tonight's ball game. And I imagine we'll hear from Jacob Kelly as well after this final play of the first half. Our Shasta Jones at the far corner of the field off to our right in position. Ben Mosley flanked to the near side. One more heave, you would think, before we go to halftime. Snap to Griffith under pressure as he throws as he's in, and that's picked off. Picked off by Alexandria as Morris has it coming down the near side. He has a convoy of blockers trying to take it to the house, and he will score.
Disastrous right there for Cherokee County. And right now, this place just erupted.
Cherokee County had controlled this second quarter, but a miscue from the Warriors as you see Morris come up with the pick. Utilize his blockers as Walker Marine Works shows you MJ Morris stroll down the sideline for 6.
And I didn't catch a number who came off the edge there for the Valley Cubs, but they hit Griffith, which caused that throw. And so I want to give credit to him as well because that was really what caused that interception.
Either Gardner or Faulkner that time as Eaton on for the PAT to try and tie it up. Low snap, hold, however, there, and the kick is up and good as we are tied at 14 apiece here at halftime. So a little turn of the script here at Lou Scale Stadium. As it appears now, we'll have Coach Todd Ginn make his way toward the home locker room as well as our Shasta Jones. as that was quite a turn of momentum at the end of this second quarter. Tied up at 14 when it appeared that Cherokee County was going to take a lead going into the halftime locker room.
And, I mean, if you're Coach Kelly, man, you just got to be sick over that. You know, taking a 14-7 lead here in Death Valley, Battle of the Belt would have been huge going into halftime.
Still waiting for Coach Todd Ginn to make his way to our Shasta Jones as an entertaining, quite compelling first half as far as the change in the momentum swings is concerned all throughout that first half. As Alexandria began the game with the onside kick, but Alexandria not able to take advantage of field position as far as their first two possessions in the first quarter. Cherokee County led for much of the second quarter before they were able to at least take the lead, and then Alexandria able to get the pick six from M.J. Morris to tie things up.
And so far, M.J. Morris has been kind of the player of the game for the Valley Cubs, man. On offense and that pick six on defense right there, he's really been the main playmaker and game changer.
Looks as if Coach Todd Ginn now making his way toward our Shasta Jones. And Todd Ginn in position. Let's send it down to Shasta.
Coach Ginn, what an exciting game this has been. Talk to me about M.J. Morris. I mean, he opened up with the onside kick, recovering that. He's had a touchdown, interception for touchdown just now. What else do you need to see from him in your offense the second half?
Well, you know, we're making some stupid penalties, you know, jumping off sides and getting behind the chains twice. We got down here early and made some stupid penalties. But, you know, I was happy for MJ. He fumbled the return. So to see him get a chance to get that interception, take it back, that's a big momentum play. We've got to settle down. I think we're a little too keyed up early on. We've got to settle down and play our style of ball. Fix some things. They took advantage of us on defense there that last drive before the half, but we'll go in here and fix some things.
All right, well, good luck in the second half. We're going to send it back to you, James.
Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Shastas. We'll take the halftime timeout. Our halftime brought to you by the Calhoun County Commission as it's knotted up at 14 here on the FNN High School Football Game of the Week.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
At iCare Alabama, our goal is to meet the needs of every patient. Dr. Dwayne Mohan and Dr. Ryan Price always strive for excellent outcomes. We want each patient to get the best vision and medical care possible. At iCare Alabama, we utilize all the latest technological advances to ensure that you receive the best quality eye care. So call for an appointment at any of our 4 locations in Piedmont, Heflin, Roanoke, or Atala and see the difference. Most insurance is accepted. iCare Alabama. Efficient, effective eye care close to home.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Fred Wilson, Danny Shears, Carolyn Henderson, Terry Howell, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at Calhoun County. You'll be glad you did.
An exciting first half as the Calhoun County Commission presents our halftime report here from Death Valley, Lou Scale Stadium at the campus of Alexandria High School, all knotted up at 14 apiece. I think we need to catch our breath here, so let's let the Cherokee County Marching Band help us out. As here you see the starting five of the Calhoun County Commission present our halftime report. Cherokee County Marching Band here at halftime as both teams tied up at 14. Let's take a look as far as the late season top 10 rankings across the state of Alabama. First in Class 7A is Central Phoenix City and Thompson jockeying for position at the top of the 7A rankings with Mary Montgomery along with Vestavia Hills and Auburn. rounding out the top 5. And then we featured as far as one of those top 10 matchups tonight in our countdown to kickoff, Thompson and Hoover going at it, a top 10 matchup in Class 7A tonight over in the Magic City metro area. Also Class 6A this week, according to the Alabama Sports Writers Association. There you take a look at Clay Chalkfield that Oxford has on the road to tall assignment for the Yellow Jackets tonight, with 17 of those 18 first place votes. Saraland, Muscle Shoals, Hartselle, and Parker in that top 5. In 5A, St. Clair County, that we'll see next week against Jacksonville, number 7 this week. Also Moody at number 3 with a first place vote. And then a couple of Mobile area teams in Viger and Williamson, 1 and 2 respectively this weekend. Central Clay County in there at number 5 as well. Let's take a look at 4A. Top 10 this week. St. Michael atop the statewide rankings for the second consecutive week. Jackson right behind them. And then West Morgan, Anniston, and Madison Academy with Cherokee County at number 6 this week. In Alexandria, by the way, just outside the top 10 this week at number 11.
James, let me jump in here real quick and give you a Hoover-Thompson score. It is the Bucks on top of the Thompson Warriors. 17-16 is what we got right now.
Okay, so back and forth ball game over the mountain, Birmingham, between those two teams. And then Class 3A, Morris Hill at the top spot, and then Piedmont right behind them at a solid number 2, and Fife at number 3. And then some other teams around the area, Geraldine at number 5. And that's pretty much all of the teams as far as our area of the state of Alabama in 3A. And then Class 2A, Coosa Christian, a solid season with 4 first-place votes this week at number 2. Also, you look at Pisgah at number 5, and Pleasant Valley, a very solid season for Coach Jonathan Nix at number 6 this week. And then North Sand Mountain at number 7, so that's an outstanding matchup between those two teams as far as another one of those games we featured in our countdown to kickoff. And then Class 1A, you have Wadley and Maplesville that have basically been 1 and 2, but don't count out Leroy as well in Southwest Alabama at that number 3 spot. And then looking at the rest of the top 10, you have Appalachian at number 8, just outside of Birmingham. And then that pretty much does it. And Winterboro, another solid season as well, dealing with a lot of adversity at number 5. This week let's go ahead and send it back down to the field as we heard from the Cherokee County Marching Band, and let's hear from the Alexandria Marching Band. You're watching the Alexandria Marching Band here at halftime. Let's take a look at our first half highlights from quite an action-packed first 24 minutes. As you head right off the bat to begin this ball game, an onside kick, Jackson from Alexandria.
Yeah, once again, I mean, just shocked Cherokee County. I think it was Morris that actually recovered the onside kick as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It was him, Jay
Man,
Morris.
he's been all over the field.
And he's caught, 7 passes in the first half. Has also, in that first half, Adam Griffith to Ben Mosley on 4th down and 4 for the touchdown.
I mean, he's playing grown man ball out there, man. He's 6'5". He's huge compared to everybody else.
And then look at this pass from Cole Wheeler to MJ Morris as he was able to connect on that fade pass from 34 yards out.
Once again, Morris doing makes plays wherever he is on the field, offense or defense.
And then Keyshawn Woods does likewise on the ground for Cherokee County. Almost gets to the end zone, scores on the next play from 3 yards out, and then MK Morris with the fumble that Jay Sean Stroop recovered for Cherokee County. Play action for Adam Griffith as he tries to go up top and gets picked off, looking for at least his wide receiver that time, as Hunt was able to come up with the interception. And then don't forget MK Morris able to come up with that pick six to close out the first half, as, by the way, the last replay you saw the intended pass to Tatum Perry. As you'll take a look as far as that pass, the first of 2 interceptions in the second quarter for Adam Griffith, as Tylen Hunt able to come up with a key pick to turn away a scoring drive for Cherokee County. And here is the very last play of the first half, an unbelievable play, Jackson.
I mean, we were talking about how it was a bad play call for Alexandria, throwing the ball on the goal line there to stop the clock, and all of a sudden, Cherokee County tries to throw it, and Griffith gets hit, bad pass over the middle, picked off, and now we're sitting here tied 14 and a half. It is so quick how fast football can change.
75 yards out that time by MK Morris. As you take a look at the Alexandria Marching Band, let's go ahead and we'll step aside for this timeout. We'll hear from Jacob Kelly here shortly as your halftime score 14-14. Our halftime report brought to you by the Calhoun County Commission.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver Card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
Did you know Kona Ice can help you fundraise for your school? It's true. It's quick, it's easy, and the kids absolutely love having Kona Ice. We'll let you in on a little secret. Teachers love it too. So, how can we help you fundraise this year? It's quick, it's easy, the kids love it, and teachers love it too.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now, these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the FNN Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
Well, the highlights tell the story as far as a quite active first half of big plays for both teams, knotted up at 14 as we're awaiting Coach Jacob Kelly. In fact, we have Jacob Kelly. Let's go ahead and send it down to our Shasta Jones, which Cherokee County's head coach.
Coach Kelly, Mosley, Woods putting touchdowns on the board for you guys this first half. Looking good with the offense. Tell me what else you need to see happen this second half for them.
We just got to clean it up a little bit, right there before the half. That's on us. Got a little greedy. Our guys are playing hard. I mean, they're They really are. It's going to be a 48-minute game, so we just got to match the intensity and, execute and do what we do.
What do you need to see your defense do to stop the Alexandria drives?
Yeah, just, we bend a little bit, but, just don't put ourselves in short yardage situations, back them up a little bit. We're giving a little bit too much on their quick screens and stuff like that, but, overall, I feel like they've hit a little stuff here and there, but we played pretty good. We give up one pass, but other than that, it's been pretty good. We just got to continue to play hard, force turnovers, and do what they've been coached to do.
Well, good luck the second half.
Yes, ma'am. Go Warriors.
We're going to send it back to you, James.
Thank you, Shasta and Coach Jacob Kelly. But I imagine, Jackson, that halftime locker room for Cherokee County was far less diplomatic than what we heard from Jacob Kelly just with Shasta Jones.
Oh, yeah, man. I trust me, I can imagine for sure.
A lot of big games around the state of Alabama, and I think our Jim Jacobs has some scores as far as what's happening around our state this evening.
Yeah, we've got a few down here that you might be interested in. Let's start with Childersburg at Randolph County. No score in on that one yet. Here's one everybody's interested in. North Sand Mountain at Pleasant Valley. Pirate Ship up by 1 at the half, 21-20. We've got Winterboro and Weaver and Piedmont. It's a blowout already at the half, 42-7 Bulldogs. We've got, of course, Cleveland County and Munford played last night. The Tigers came away with a win over the Lions, 27-7. You got Gadsden City and Southside. I think I said 2 touchdowns. I should have said 4, 29-0 at the half. The Titans over Southside. Clay Chalkville and Oxford. Everybody looking for this one. Don't look long. 23-3 at the half. Oxford trails by 3 touchdowns against Clay Chalkville. Boy, good football team there over in Clay. You got Anniston and Aniana at the half, 22-6 Bulldogs. They have all but clinched the 4A Region 6 title for sure. Springville and Moody playing 42-zip Blue Devils at the half. We've got, let's see, what else do we have here? Wellborn and Locust Fort, a high-scoring game at the half. Panthers are up 40-26 over at Locust Fort. Glencoe and Ohatchee, it is all Glencoe, 49-2 at the half. Lincoln and St. Clair County knotted at 14 at the half, James.
Very interesting score there as Lincoln trying to at least, even if they don't make the playoffs, they can somehow pull a win off of St. Clair County tonight. That'd be a big, big step forward for Brett Henderson's program in his first year.
No question about it. Hanley all over Talladega, 48-0 at the half. You've got, Leeds and Center Point. Green Wave only up by a touchdown, 14-7 at the half. I think people thought that one might be a little more, high scoring than that. Also, you got Etowah and White Plains over at Robertson Field, 21-13. The Blue Devils on top of the Wildcats at the break. All right, we got to get ready for second half action. We'll try to hit you for some more scores here as we continue our coverage. The battle for the belt, we are 21-14 here at the second half. Here's James and Jackson to bring you all the action.
David's Wrecker Service provides 24-hour coverage as far as your towing needs. They bring us our opening kickoff for the second half, courtesy of Hugh Miller in Cherokee County. A low line drive, nice little field around the 30-yard line by one of the Alexandria upmen. Looked like Hudson Hanvey that time, able to flag that low line drive out of the air as the Valley Cubs look to take the lead for the first time tonight as Cherokee County's had a touchdown lead on 2 different occasions. And you heard from Jacob Kelly. He thought his team might have gotten greedy. Hey, you're at the opposing team's 35-yard line. Hey, why not take a shot that time?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can get greedy, but like I said, I don't think that was a bad play call there. I really don't. I mean, you're trying to, what are the odds that Griffith gets hit untouched off the edge and it comes over the middle right into the arm? There.
Here's Wheeler as he'll have a double handoff to Beeson trying to turn the corner. pretty nicely defended, actually, by Cherokee County as they're able to contain that for somewhat minimal yardage, about 4 yards, as Nate Black and about 3 other of his teammates come up on the stop.
Yeah, they did a very good job of containing that right there, because at first I thought Beeson was going to get the outside and break off for a huge play, but it's very, very well.
They'll give him 5 yards for Beeson. You had a lot of different moving parts that time, and Cherokee County are staying at home and really limiting that to just 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Beeson, the lone setback. Keeper and Wheeler in trouble as he goes down. Great recognition. You had Case Tittle as well as Asa Hobart that time. They were able to sandwich the Alexandria quarterback.
Hey, real quick, James, over at Robertson Field, a lot of folks interested in Asheville and Hoax Bluff for a playoff spot. It is a tight one, 7-6 going into the half.
Thank you very much, Jim. The Tractor Place brings you our third quarter coverage here at Alexandria, our battle for the belt tonight. 3rd down. Last play lost a couple. As the play clock down to 5. Here's play action as Wheeler goes down the field into double coverage, and Morris makes the catch at the 20, reverses field, sees the end zone inside, and he scores.
MJ Morris, are you kidding me? Mama, there goes that man once again, and he cannot be stopped right now.
The fans on their feet here at Death Valley. And they should be, as we'll take this Walker Marine Works second look at some outstanding athleticism from MJ Morris. And you don't need any words, just pictures to describe that catch and run by MJ Morris. An impact player tonight for Alexandria as the Valley Cubs take their first lead tonight. Eaton with the PAT, that is up, and that is good as we'll take the timeout. 21-14, the lead for Alexandria here on the FNN High School Football Game of the Week.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA.
MJ Morris with maybe the play of the year, actually 2 plays of the year in as many possessions offensively and defensively for Alexandria. The pick 6 to end the first half and opens up the second half with more fireworks on that 3rd and 7 touchdown. Call that 62 yards as the onside kick. This time easily recovered by Cherokee County. Adam Griffith able to take care of that onside kick. David's record service brought us that Alexandria kickoff. As now Cherokee County, due to that onside kick, they're going to get great field position from their own 46-yard line.
And, I get it. The element of surprise, you're trying to catch them offside. Catch them slipping, still a possession there. But if you don't get it, you've now gave Cherokee County great field position, at the 46.
Now let's see what Adam Griffith, who's had some bright moments in the first half, also a couple of interceptions as well. Woods breaks through the initial tackle, and he'll tumble forward across midfield close to the first down, a gain of about 8, maybe 9. Second down and short upcoming as Keyshawn Woods does have a touchdown on the ground tonight, and Adam Griffith with a touchdown toss to open up the scoring to Ben Mosley on 4th and 4. Off the left side, turns the corner, and easily has his iCare Alabama first down as he runs out of bounds into Alexandria territory at just shy of the 30, about the 32-yard line. We've played about 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. It's been back and forth so far. Lots of momentum swings as Alexandria had the first with that onside kick to start the ball game. Cherokee County, a bunch of them in the second quarter before Alexandria was able to close the half on a 65-yard pick six from M.J. Morris.
Almost drew him off sides there. Got to be careful.
Griffith adjusts the offense. Woods on the call. Not as much room, although he does squirm forward for about 4 or 5 yards when it appeared he was going to be bottled up for maybe a yard or two.
And what's given Woods so much success and the Cherokee County offense so much success, they are moving him around. They're putting him in motion, handing the ball outside, running in between the tackles, running between the guards. They're moving him around a lot, which is causing Alexandria major issues.
Second down. They'll officially say Woods got 4 on first down. Looks like Perry at the near side. Woods on the call up the middle. That middle starting to produce a little bit for Keyshawn Woods as he scrambles his way inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. That's another steady 4-yard gain and a third and very manageable for the Warriors upcoming.
And I'd be shocked if they don't do anything else but hand him again here on 3rd and 2.
Now, we saw against Anderson and historically as well over the back-to-back-to-back state championship game run for Jacob Kelly's program. Second half, they like to go to their Wildcat and just let the running back do his thing in the final 2 quarters. Is now a 3rd down and short upcoming. Woods is the Wildcat quarterback. Look at, or at least initially, the room off the left side. Not a bad job by Alexandria recovering, but enough of an initial surge to get Woods the first down.
Ooh, and Alexandria might have got away with a hold there, but either way, Cherokee County may have got away with a hold there, but either way, that picks up the first down.
And iCare Alabama first down with locations in Piedmont, Attala, and all across our FNN coverage area. So football just outside of red zone territory. As now they will go to the full house backfield as Woods sees room off the left side as he gets a very solid 8 yards that time. And we were just mentioning this is the time of the ball game, especially in a close ball game when Jacob Kelly, just likes to beef it up along the line of scrimmage and let his star running backs try and take over the ball game.
Slow and steady dose of Keyshawn Woods.
The Tractor Place brings us our third quarter, located in Center, Alabama, your number 1 place for tractors and lawnmowers in Center. There's a direct snap and good running room for Woods again as he finds the crease and moves the sticks. A 1st and goal upcoming. Also a red zone trip as well for the Cherokee County Warriors as they're trying to cash in on this red zone trip, brought to you by Weiss Electric and Plumbing.
And I said in pregame, I would love to see Cherokee County go in that Wildcat. And on this drive, they have really went into it a couple times, and it is really working for them.
Cherokee County breaks the huddle. So you have Woods as the primary back, but it looks as if Perry on the call this time, as he'll find room off of left guard and get close to the goal line, taken down at about the 2. A big thanks to all of our sponsors. A lot of newcomers tonight, including Weiss Electric and Plumbing Supply, located on Cedar Bluff Road in Center, for your hardware, paint mixing, propane refills, and equipment rental needs. Under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, 2nd and goal. Woods back in at tailback. And no worries, money in the bank for Cherokee County is Keyshawn Woods with his 2nd score of the night.
And once again, that Wildcat formation, Coach Kelly's seen that is working, and he has been going to it that whole drive.
Back and forth this game continues as Cherokee County answers Alexandria's opening score of this third quarter. Hugh Miller on to try and tie it up with the point after. Hugh Miller, a very solid job at place kicker this season for the Warriors. This is for the tie. Kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. So we'll take the timeout. 5:32 to go, third quarter. Knotted up at 21. The FNN High School Football Game of the Week.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Fred Wilson, Danny Shears, Carolyn Henderson, Terry Howell, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at Calhoun County. You'll be glad you did.
One of her best ball games we've seen so far this season. Cherokee County and Alexandria knotted up at 21. David's Wrecker Service kickoff upcoming for Hugh Miller. Punches that to the 20. That goes off of Beeson, but safely out of bounds for the Valley Cubs as they'll take over inside their own 20-yard line. Alexandria, and basically in this type of ball game a month ago, against Anniston when they lost 20-18, and they're in another nail-biter so far against, at least in recent years, the power of the North Division in Class 4A in Cherokee County. But Alexandria holding up, and both teams really holding up their end of the bargain so far tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this one may come down to who has the last possession.
Maybe onto something there, Jackson. First down and 10. Wheeler with the ball at his own 17. Nice job by the Cherokee County defense of swarming the ball on Wheeler. Looked like a zone read and nothing doing for Wheeler. But he does find enough room to get a modest 3 yards or so. Cherokee County's done a very nice job a couple of times that time of surrounding Cole Wheeler. And this time only allows 3 as some substitutions coming off the sideline for Alexandria.
And, you know, Cherokee County's defense has played really well besides minus the big plays. And that's what's really killed them, is the big plays that have resulted in long touchdowns.
Empty backfield as Wheeler keeps it up the middle and gets some solid yardage, needs the 27, and he's going to get that and more for the first down. They'll spot the football at the 30 or just shy of it. So a solid 9 or so on second down for the first down run for Cole Wheeler. First down upcoming rather, as we have more substitutions coming in. 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. Both teams have gotten on the board here in the second half. See if Wheeler goes up top here as he'll give to Beeson. Snakes his way through and almost breaks out of the pile that time as he gets close to the first down, taken down at the 39.
About an inch away, and they'd have been looking at the back of his jersey.
Yeah, I thought just for a moment that Beeson was about to break it all the way for 6, but give credit to Cherokee County for not giving up on the play as well. A gain of 8. Now they'll give him an extra yard, so second down and short. Coming up on the late minutes of the third quarter, Wheeler under center. Brown in motion as here's the give to Beeson. Now gets his first down as he's wrapped up and taken down by Ethan Glass, the linebacker. Just a solid play that time. Again, one of those bread and butter type of plays for the Alexandria offense to try and get Beeson off tackle on a sweep type play.
And also, you know, slowly chipping away at the clock.
Still plenty of time, though, however, in the second half. There's still a whole quarter to go, plus 3 minutes and change here in the third. Cherokee County with 5 at the line of scrimmage. Jet sweep handoff, Beeson turns it upfield. He's on his way at the 30. And wrapped up and finally taken down inside the 20-yard line. Great vision by Beeson to let the hole develop as he was almost able to take it to the house, as it looked as if that Jaquan Diamond had to make a very long run to prevent a touchdown.
And once again, though, like I was saying earlier, those reverses and those end arounds I really like for the Valley Cubs, and now you're seeing them starting to pick up big chunk plays with them.
Red zone trip for Alexandria, as they're looking to cash in as a timeout on the field. We'll take the timeout with them. 2:36 left, third quarter. Knotted up at 21. Battle for the belt here on the FNN High School Football Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Randy Wood, State Representative for District 36, which covers parts of Calhoun, St. Clair, and Talladega counties. As your representative in Montgomery, I say good luck to all our local student athletes, coaches, and supporters. Best wishes for a great season and a successful school year.
Weiss Electric and Plumbing red zone trip for Alexandria's J.J. Beeson has had a couple of, actually one solid and another chunk play on the ground. Alexandria looking to retake the lead. 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Football at the 17-yard line as the tractor place brings us our third quarter. Also, a lot of touchdowns, a lot of scoring in the bank, and whether it's a bull market or a bear market, you can be sure that FNM Bank has your back as far as service solutions and strength. And, of course, a big thanks to the Tractor Place, your number one place as far as tractors and more in Center, Alabama. 1st and 10. Here's Beeson on the call. Stood up and taken down for a big loss back at the 20. So you had, it looked like Glass, Diamond, and a couple of others shoot the gap and able to make the stop. Ethan Glass, a solid game from his linebacking spot.
Yeah, and they were not fooled there. Great job by Cherokee County to bottle him up quick.
Late third quarter, big ball game for both of these teams. The winner, more not officially necessarily, depending on how some other games go, including Hokes Bluff and Asheville, but more than likely would take the number 2 spot in the region at the end of the regular season. Quick pitch goes to Beeson. Tries to stretch it out. So does Cherokee County. That is a great job by Cherokee County of just stringing out that pitch play as the linebacker, Nate Black, comes up to finish off the play.
Yeah, great job containing the edge. And really, Cherokee County's done a good job of that tonight, containing the edge, besides, maybe one or two plays where Beeson, I think, broke off. But other than that, they've done a phenomenal job containing the edge.
Well, we saw a couple weeks ago, Cherokee County did a lot of the same thing. They actually did a pretty good job against Anniston containing the edges, where Anniston really beat them, was right in the interior. Third down, no gain that time for Beeson. So Alexandria needs the 7 for the iCare Alabama first down. Play clock down to 4. Wheeler on play action. Goes over the middle and intercepted. Intercepted by Black, the linebacker. As that is the second time, Jackson, that when Cherokee County's defense has bent, they have come up with a huge interception.
And that was the great job right there by Cherokee County. He read Wheeler's eyes like a book and came down and made that play.
Nate Black showing off his receiving skills that time. Drops into coverage and comes up with a big interception for Cherokee County. Also a pretty decent return, able to get the football back to at least some modest field position. We got a flag on the play.
The results of the play is interception, Cherokee County. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Cherokee County, half the distance to the 10-yard line, 1st and 10.
A very nice job by Cecil Garrison of explaining that post-play penalty.
And, I can't see Coach Kelly from here in the press box, but I can imagine he's not a very happy camper right now.
Well, as you know, Jacob Kelly's a very intense guy when it comes to setting the tone each and every season for his Cherokee County program, not only during the season, but in the off season. one of the top, if not the top, strength and conditioning programs that Jacob Kelly really enshrined in the Cherokee County culture ever since day one in 2019. 1:21 to go in the third quarter, and just also a very, very intense mentality that his team has taken on really since day one. So now let's see what Cherokee County can do with the field position disadvantage right now offensively. Remember when they took over, when they had the ball 3rd and 14, about this part of the field is when Adam Griffith came up with one of, if not his best throw of the season to Keyshawn Thomas.
I think they're back in that Wildcat formation.
Indeed. As there's hurdling the pile is Keyshawn Woods, as he'll get about 3 to the 13, maybe to the 14-yard line. And you know Jacob Kelly would love to have just a time-consuming ground and pound type of drive to get his team into the lead. Late third. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. 2nd and long. Woods reverses field, has some room, and should have his first down across the 20 to about the 21 or 22-yard line.
Is Griffith out there?
Sometimes, like someone like Griffith or Tittle, that was a quarterback early last year, they'll flank him out as far as that Wildcat position. Or a Cade Hopper a few years ago, they'll send him out as far as just like it's a decoy. But right now, it's the offensive line and Keyshawn Woods and company just trying to take their team across the finish line to victory. Likely the final play of the third quarter as Woods pounds away across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. That should take us to the end of this third quarter, and we've got quite a fourth quarter coming up for you as the two teams will go off to the sideline and flip ends of the field. Knotted up at 21. A battle for the belt and an important spot coming up.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Perry Funeral Home, located at 1611 East Bypass in Center, Alabama, and also located at perryfuneral.net online. They bring us our fourth quarter. Exciting ball game tonight for our Battle of the Belt, and it could be coming right down to the wire here in the fourth quarter as Cherokee County got a Nate Black interception. Half the distance penalty and then sportsmanlike conduct brought it back to the 10, but Cherokee County has been able to grind out a first down as they have a 2nd and 7 from their own 26-yard line to begin the fourth quarter. Back and forth so far throughout this ball game tonight as number 2 potentially, in fact highly likely, on the line tonight in Class 4A Region 6. Would mean a first-round home game for one of these two teams. 2nd down. Woods wants to go off the right side. Good blocking and respectable defense at the very worst for Alexandria as they contain that run by Woods to about the 28 or 29. 3rd down upcoming, and let's see if Jacob Kelly on this 3rd down wants to continue to try and pound away out of the Wildcat. Griffith, he's made some big throws on 3rd and 4th down so far tonight. But it appears that Jacob Kelly wants to go on the ground. 3rd down. There's Woods up the middle. Good blocking at the point of attack, and the drive continues on that first down run. You look right at the right up the middle, rather, as James Hunter, the center, who we'll hear about from Shasta Jones here in a little bit, the senior, helps provide that hole for Keyshawn Woods.
Yeah, great execution there by the Cherokee County O-line.
So first down and 10. They needed 6 and got about 9 that time. Woods up the middle as he'll get spun around for very minimal yardage. As that'll set up a second down coming up. Just underway here in the fourth quarter from Lou Scales Stadium, better known as Death Valley here in Alexandria. Our first visit here since 2022 and the biggest home game that Alexandria has had as a football program since 2021. Second and long. Woods, the primary back. Reverses field. It gets free down the near sideline. He's off to the races at the 40 and slides down as he'll slide down at about the 35-yard line of Alexandria. And looks as if Keyshawn Woods, he wants a little breather here.
Yeah, let's give him one. Let's give him one.
Imagine Jay Sean Stroop will come off the bench here. As you also, there comes Jay Sean Stroop off the bench, the backup running back. Also looks as if a couple more substitutions set to check back in. Also for Cherokee County, looks as if Caden Coleman, also another reserve running back into the game. Play clock down to 7. As let's see if Cherokee County can get to the line of scrimmage. Play clock down to 2. Down to 1. As they, let's see, I don't think they got the play off. The play clock went down to 0 as Adam Griffith tried to get the snap off.
Before the snap, timeout.
There was a timeout. So we'll keep it here. And, in fact, at least recently, our own Shasta Jones was able to catch up with one of the outstanding linemen in James Hunter for Cherokee County.
Thanks, James. Hunter told me that he's seen himself improve already this season in communication across the whole O-line, getting everybody in check, getting their eyes in the right place, ready for the play, and carrying out their jobs to make it successful. He said he gets locked in, really dialing into what he has to do with his responsibilities, and then executes the play. He wants to make the all-region team this year, and if you want to know what James does for his pregame prep, he puts on some Chris Stapleton country music, the song Worry Be Gone, to calm down a little before the game.
I imagine for both teams right now, Jackson, anything but calm with what's on the line tonight. Now, in these type of situations, as you know, the team that does show the most poise in a close ball game with a lot on the line, there are a lot of times the team that gets across the finish line with the W. So let's see what Cherokee County can come up here. As it's a first down and 10, they were able to get that timeout prior to the delay of game. So Adam Griffith back in as we have another flag deep in the defensive backfield. Let's see what Cecil Garrison indicates here. Probably a substitution violation.
Before the snap, the substitution, defense, 5-yard penalty, first and 5.
That's kind of a disconcerting penalty for Alexandria right out of a timeout. An illegal substitution gives Cherokee County a free 5 yards. Now keep in mind, if Cherokee County can at least get the ball inside the 15-yard line, Hugh Miller has enough range to give Cherokee County the lead on a field goal. Griffith gives to Stroop, dances his way off the right side, and he'll fall forward inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. We're under 9.5 to go. As here you see still time for both of these teams to try and get at least the advantage coming down the home stretch. Cherokee County wants, as we all know, wants to try and bleed out as much of this clock as possible, try and control the fourth quarter up front.
And Woods went to the sideline and got some water. Now he's back out there ready to be the workhorse again.
Oh, you know he's not going to miss much action. Second down, 4 yards to go. Here's Woods, gets around the initial tackler, and he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. So there you have Knox Faulkner that's in the area to help out to finish off the play. Not sure who it was that initially got the penetration that was at least read that play on the carry to Woods, was able to prevent any sort of yardage. In fact, no gain, 3rd down and 4. You would think 4-down territory for Cherokee County, so let's see what Jacob Kelly has in mind. 7th season as Cherokee County head coach. 750. 3rd down, Stroop and Woods in the backfield. Woods on the call. Buries the head and not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a yard back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job up front. You had the middle defenders, including the linebacker in Corey Owens.
Yeah, great penetration there by the Valley Cubs.
What do you do here, Jackson, on 4th down?
I wouldn't be shocked if they go back to Wildcat. I'm gonna be completely honest with you here. It's worked for them for a while now. I wouldn't be shocked if they put Woods back in the Wildcat here.
One of the biggest plays of the season for Cherokee County on 4th down and 4. And we'll have a whistle, and looks as if a timeout for Alexandria will step aside for this timeout. 7:16 to go, tied up at 21 on the FNN High School Football Game of the Week.
At iCare Alabama, our goal is to meet the needs of every patient. Dr. Dwayne Mohan and Dr. Ryan Price always strive for excellent outcomes. We want each patient to get the best vision and medical care possible. At iCare Alabama, we utilize all the latest technological advances to ensure that you receive the best quality eye care. So call for an appointment at any of our 4 locations in Piedmont, Heflin, Roanoke, or Atala and see the difference. Most insurance is accepted. iCare Alabama. Efficient, effective eye care close to home.
In business for over 30 years, give a call or text Curvin's Roofing for your roofing needs at 256-435-2233. Curvin's Roofing brings us our timeouts, and a big timeout for Alexandria as they get ready for a 4th down and 3. Cherokee County, they need the 25 to stay on the field on offense. Woods up the middle, gets his 1st down. Right up the middle as Cherokee County basically tested the manhood of Alexandria that time, right in the teeth of their defense, and they came up with a clutch 1st down.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, also, you got to understand that Wildcat has been working for them almost every time. So when they jump back in on that 4th down, I'm not shocked at all. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they come out into here on 1st down as well.
Or the rest of the plays on this drive, for that matter. Keyshawn Woods, he's gotten the yards when his team has needed it tonight. And a flag comes in from the near side before the snap. We'll find out from our referee. Cecil Garrison tells us a false start goes on Cherokee County. Knotted up at 21 as Cherokee County trying to pick up their biggest win of the season on the road. Football stationed at the 27-yard line. Cherokee County's drive began at their own 10 late in the 3rd quarter. Woods off the right side, sees room, off to the races. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cherokee County.
Tail lights right there by Keyshawn Wood.
27 yards, 3rd touchdown rushing for Keyshawn Woods tonight. But let's see what this flag is about. Bring it on back. A hold appeared on the right side as Cecil Garrison tells us to wipe off the score.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards, spotted a foul. 1st down.
So still 1st down, but that's a crushing play, at least to the psyche for Cherokee County right now, as they'll push the football back across the 35 to just inside the 37-yard line. So Adam Griffith, it appears, back in at quarterback. He'll have two receivers to the near side. Woods on the call, has room off the left side, cuts it up the middle. He could go, and he breaks free for the touchdown. Hey, Keyshawn Woods says, don't worry, guys. I got this from 37 yards out.
I mean, come on, man. What else? I mean, what can you say? What can you say? The holding penalty brings it back. Keyshawn Woods' spirit's not broken. He said, hold on, I got this.
Had a 27-yard touchdown wiped off and said, hey, he'll have 10 more yards to the stat total from 37 yards out as Cherokee County on top, and now the PAT upcoming from Hugh Miller. This is where the experience of a program like Cherokee County comes in. They've been through it time and time and time again on the big stage. Still 6 minutes and change to go as Miller chips away at the PAT, and that is good as Cherokee County takes a 7-point lead. Let's take the timeout. The FNN High School Football Game of the Week with 6:07 to go in the game.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now, these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the FNM Spirit debit. Learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
Providing 24-hour towing, David's Wrecker Service brings you another Cherokee County kickoff. And also don't forget about David's Wrecker Service and Body and Ray-Bon's Automotive. They provide paint and body shop needs with affordable pricing and, of course, quality workmanship and safe work practices. Hugh Miller, low line drive kick, a convenient one-hop grab that time by one of the upmen for Alexandria as Ethan Potter that time able to get a clean field and advance the football across the 35 and just shy of the 37-yard line. Alexandria not out of it, though. We've seen a bunch of momentum changes throughout tonight's ball game, Jackson. However, Cherokee County in great position coming down the final 6 minutes.
The way this ball game's been going, nobody's out of it until the buzzer goes off.
Oh, we'll give you that with what we've seen just in the second quarter alone. Remember, MJ Morris took the final play, an interception off of at least Adam Griffith's pass when he got hit 65 yards for a pick six. For the snap, there comes the flag on the play. See if Alexandria will start back in a hole.
Before the snap, false start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Outstanding ball game. Maybe not at times cleanly played for either team, but regardless, this has been an outstanding football game with a lot at stake as far as postseason implications for these two teams. Back and forth as neither team has had more than a 7-point lead tonight. Under 6 minutes to go. Cherokee County with just one timeout at their disposal. Alexandria with two. 1st and 15 off the penalty. Keeps it up the middle and gets some decent yardage. Almost to the original line of scrimmage as Case Tittle has stepped up in the back part of the season, including their loss at Anniston as he comes up with the tackle.
Yeah, and a good job by Wheeler right there. That was kind of a broken play, and he made something out of it.
A gain of about 4 yards. Still 5.5 minutes to go and counting. So time not quite of the essence right now for Alexandria. So they'll come out of the huddle with 10 on the play clock. 2nd and long. Here's the flea flicker as Wheeler goes up top. Double coverage and still caught at the 40-yard line for the first down. This time the big play receiver, Evan White, on the reception.
And that ball was underthrown, but a phenomenal job by Evan White right there to readjust and come back and get that ball.
Walker Marine Works with that second look. With over 10 years of Marine experience, their team masters as far as the Master Yamaha and Mercury certified. That is Walker Marine Works. 4:40 to go in the football game. First down and 10 on a big pass connection from Wheeler to White, as here is Beeson on the call. Good solid run inside the 35 to about line. Ethan Glass on the stop for Cherokee County. Coming right down to the wire is Cherokee County on top by 1 touchdown, but Alexandria on the move.
You know, like we were saying about Beeson, not the biggest guy, only 158 pounds, but man, he runs big.
Yeah, very tough runner. Also, really a total package, what Jackson mentioned as far as his physicality, but also his wheels. Under 4 to go. Empty backfield for Wheeler. Quick pass off to the far side. That's dropped by Morris and incomplete. So both teams can catch their breath a little bit here as we have a third down and short upcoming. Now, Cherokee County, they've had a couple of big turn interceptions tonight deep in their own, at least defensive side of the field. When Alexandria appeared, they were going to put points on the board. Nate Black as well as Keyshawn Thomas with interceptions tonight for Cherokee County. 3rd and 2. Wheeler now goes under center. Goes up the middle behind his center and left guard and easily gets the iCare Alabama first down.
And that center and left guard, they need a burger after the game, man, because they have done a phenomenal job, man. They really have.
Those linemen, they're going to need those 99-cent bags of ice from the Grub Mart after the physicality tonight.
And the donuts.
There you go, the Oleo donuts as well. Good call on that. I'll tell you what, a lot of popcorn probably being distributed here as far as just the excitement for both of these teams. First down and 10 as Wheeler back to throw. Protection breaks down as Wheeler flushed out. Pump fakes and now takes it himself. And I believe got his first down as he gets out of bounds. And maybe a red zone trip, and it is indeed coming up for Alexandria.
And Wheeler was thinking about forcing that ball in the end zone right there, but smart play. He had PTSD on some of those other earlier interceptions. Made the smart move and, you know.
Weiss Electric and Plumbing out of Center, Alabama brings you this Valley Cubs red zone trip. For your hardware, paint mixing, propane refills, and equipment rental related needs. Located in Center, Alabama. First and 10 at the 12. Just over 3 minutes to go in regulation. Beeson off the right side as he bangs forward around the 10-yard line, maybe inside the 10 to about the 9 or the 8. Big time possession for both of these teams as Alexandria trying to tie it up. Cole Wheeler comes off the sideline and also looks as if the linebacker coming in, I believe at a tight end spot in Corey Owens. Play clock down to 11. Beeson the lone setback as Wheeler under center. Pitch goes to Beeson. Tries to turn the corner and slung around the 5-yard line as Ben Mosley comes up for the tackle. Alexandria can still get the ball to the 1 and get a first down without scoring a touchdown, but it's basically a goal to go as we come up on the 2-minute mark. Down to the wire we go. 3rd down and short. Wheeler under center, Brown the deep set back. Wheeler goes behind center, needs the one for the first, wants the end zone as he gets stood up and looks as if he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. 4th down and 1 as for Alexandria, still a couple of timeouts remaining as looks like they see where they spot the football. Needed the one for the first down, and indeed they gave him the first down.
Ooh, that was a close one.
Yeah, very close indeed. It's now a 1st and goal upcoming. A touchdown plus a PAT could put this game into overtime. And there you see the ball just inside the 2 at the 1.
And that clock slowly winding down.
Wheeler under center. Gives off to Beeson off the right side. Breaks a tackle, and he's in for the touchdown.
And once again, Beeson, he's been the key guy in the backfield for the Valley Cubs tonight. And once again, he makes another play.
We'll see on this second look from Walker Marine Works. Out of Ohatchee, some seasoned work that time to work their way down the field as J.J. Beeson caps it off with a 1-yard scoring run. Now, what does Todd Ginn want to do here? Does he want to tie it up and go for 1 or go for 2 and go for the lead?
I think you got to kick the PAT here. I don't know, though.
Beeson out on the field. Ryan Brown out on the field. Cole Wheeler out. They're going for 2.
Game on the line right here.
Roll of the dice for Alexandria, and so both of these teams, they want to talk about it. Curvin's Roofing brings us this important timeout. Let's take the timeout with them. 2-point conversion coming up here on the FNN High School Football Game of the Week.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
Our battle for the belt and an outstanding hard-fought game tonight as Cherokee County leads 28-27. As we'll take a look at this J.J. Beeson 1-yard touchdown to get Cherokee County's lead down to 1. And now it appears that the offense coming back out as Alexandria going for 2. Beeson in the backfield for the 2-point conversion. Wheeler a long snap count. And looks as if a timeout called for by Alexandria. I'll tell you what, a very gutsy call here, it appears, by Todd Ginn, as it looked as if Alexandria wanted to see the type of set that Cherokee County was in defensively.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's exactly what they were trying to do there. And like I said, we're both talking about, we can't believe this call, man. But like you were saying, maybe Coach Ginn wants to, if we're going to win this game, lose this game, I want it to be in my hands.
If that's the case, you do have to respect that type of maybe gambler's mentality, but certainly aggressive mindset to at least have the confidence in your team to, hey, let's go out and win this thing.
And why wouldn't you? You've ran the ball pretty solid all night.
A high-risk, high-reward scenario potentially for Alexandria, and also the winner, really about 99, not 100%, but 95, 96, maybe even 99% as far as the winner taking at least a number 2 spot in the region and a first-round home game in November in the postseason. A lot on the line for both teams. 2-point conversion coming up. Wheeler under center. Man comes in motion. Beeson on the call. Goes off the right side. Is he in? If he is, Alexandria would be on top.
And he's in!
The Alexandria sideline erupts as the Valley Cubs decide to roll the dice and come up boxcars.
What a call. What a call by Coach Ginn there.
Not by much as they give it to Beeson as he finds just enough room on that right side to punch it across the goal line and put Alexandria up by 1.
But this game is far from over here.
And now we'll see what will keep it here, as there you see the lead with Alexandria up by 1, as it's been back and forth this entire night. Now, certainly a big thanks to all of our sponsors for joining us tonight, especially our first-timers, including Walker Marine Works, as well as Weiss Electric and Plumbing, Curvins Roofing joining us as far as our timeouts tonight. And our fourth quarter brought to you by Perry Funeral Home and what has been just an outstanding, exciting fourth quarter. So a big kickoff coming up for Alexandria and really for field position purposes for Cherokee County as well. David's Wrecker service with 24-hour towing brings us an Alexandria kickoff as they're trying to hold on and improve to 7-1 overall in the season. Deep kick by Eaton as that's fielded at about the 27-yard line by Stroop. Stroop advances up the field to about the 35-yard line. Now Cherokee County, no timeouts remaining, but they only need a field goal to retake the lead.
And 54 seconds is a lot of time.
Now, Cherokee County's offense is not designed to move the ball through the air, but they have shown capability tonight of getting the big play in the passing game.
And I think you got to look for Mosley here once again.
Or someone like J.V. Henderson or Keyshawn Thomas if Cherokee County decides they have to spread it out. They probably need to get this football certainly inside the 20-yard line and probably inside the 15 for a realistic field goal shot for Hugh Miller. Here's Griffith back to throw. He goes over the middle and that's intercepted. Intercepted by Beeson as he sees the end zone inside. Breaks a tackle and he goes in for the score.
And once again, Beeson making a play.
M.J. Morris in the first half. J.J. Beeson here in the fourth quarter come up big. We'll take a second look at that pick six. Another Walker Marine Works second look. And Beeson just reads the pass and able to take it all the way to the house from, we'll call it 38 yards out. 41 seconds to go in the football game. This would be a huge, huge win, especially coming in the fourth quarter for Alexandria, if they can take this to the finish line down the final 40 seconds. And what would put them into the number 2 spot as far as Class 4A Region 6 and give them a first-round home game. Because they would have the tiebreaker basically against the rest of the teams that they have beaten in the region. Valen Eaton on to try and cap off with the PAT. There's the snap and hold, and the kick on the way. That is up, and that is good. Let's take the timeout. 41 seconds left in the football game as Alexandria now up 36-28. David's Wrecker service with what likely will be the final kickoff of tonight's ball game As it appears, the officials did assess a 15-yard excessive celebration penalty on Alexandria. But at this point, hey, it doesn't matter for them, as they've done so far what they've needed to put themselves in position for one of their biggest wins, at least in recent program history. Right now, a 36-28 is Alexandria with a late fourth quarter push. An exciting ball game tonight. Our battle for the belt looks as if Alexandria in position to receive our FNN belt in what has been a highly exciting Friday night. Kickoff coming up. It's like Cole Wheeler on the kickoff. End over end kick, fielded at about the 37-yard line. Thomas tries to angle to the far side. He has some room down the far side, still on his feet and taken down inside the 35-yard line. Still 29.7 seconds to go. And mathematically, it's still a one-possession ball game. Right now, Alexandria is still in the catbird seat to try and take this down the finish line, which is in sight. As right now, Cherokee County needs the touchdown and the two-point conversion to tie.
And there's a flag.
Cecil Garrison comes back to remind us.
15 yards from the spot of the foul, 1st and 10.
Yeah, it looked as if some sort of blindside blocker blocked below the waist that time. That'll certainly do a lot to cripple the last-second desperation efforts for Cherokee County, as they need something big here in a very short amount of time. 29.7 seconds to go 65 yards. Griffith with 3 interceptions tonight. Drops back, goes to the far sideline, has his receiver complete for the first down as Perry on the reception, his first of the night. That'll stop the clock momentarily to move the chains at 24.5 seconds to go. Griffith in the shotgun. Drops back. Goes downfield, one-on-one coverage, and Perry looked as if had it, but out of bounds. Not a bad effort that time, as Tatum Perry able to get position, but just good enough defense to force him out of bounds as the clock stops with 13 seconds left in the football game.
And that would have been an insane catch there if he'd have got his foot down, which also would have put Cherokee County inside almost the 20.
Now Cherokee County needs to go to the bag of tricks here, coming up in the final seconds. Griffith back. Tosses to Woods, complete as he goes out of bounds at the first down marker. That'll move the sticks with 6.4 seconds to go. Maybe just on the outside of the throwing range for Adam Griffith. So what does Jacob Kelly want his quarterback to do here? So we saw at the end of the first half a similar scenario that Griffith was hit as he threw to end the first half. MJ Morris was able to pick 6 to tie up the ball game at halftime.
Also go with the old trusty hook and lateral here if you want to.
Jailbreak screen pass complete. First down as time expires. As Cherokee County needs to get to the end zone. Play still alive as Alexandria corrals it on the sideline, and the Valley Cubs able to hold on. A late fourth quarter push gets Alexandria across the finish line with the win.
What a ball game. What a ball game.
An outstanding effort, especially in the last few minutes for Alexandria, as they're able to come up with the fourth quarter win, 36-28, as they'll take home number 2 in the region. So your final score, 36-28, Alexandria with the win. We'll have our presentation of the belt and our visit with Coach Todd Ginn after this.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Fred Wilson, Danny Shears, Carolyn Henderson, Terry Howell, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at Calhoun County. You'll be glad you did.
At iCare Alabama, our goal is to meet the needs of every patient. Dr. Dwayne Mohan and Dr. Ryan Price always strive for excellent outcomes. We want each patient to get the best vision and medical care possible. At iCare Alabama, we utilize all the latest technological advances to ensure that you receive the best quality eye care. So call for an appointment at any of our 4 locations in Piedmont, Heflin, Roanoke, or Atala and see the difference. Most insurance is accepted. iCare Alabama. Efficient, effective eye care close to home.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for...
As we'll send it down to the field for Shasta Jones with J.J. Beeson and M.J. Morris.
MJ, tell me about tonight. You started out the game with the opening onside kick, taking it for Alexandria, touchdowns, interceptions. What did tonight mean to you and how did it feel out there?
Tonight meant a lot. I mean, last 2 years, they whooped our tail at their place, and they came here, so we had to do it to them.
Any goals that you personally achieved tonight? You had so much yardage out there.
Last game I didn't get to play much because I had hurt my knee, and this game I put it all out for them.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Beeson, my goodness, you had touchdowns, interception, seal the game tonight. Tell me how tonight's game felt for you.
It just felt good, beating them after the 2 years they beat us. I just want to give all glory to God and the big men up front for blocking for me.
How do you feel about now going forward in the playoffs or championships?
Feels a lot better that we're playing here.
Awesome. Well, we thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
We're going to send it back to you, Hardy.
Thank you, Shasta, as David's Appliance brings us our post-game summary. And a lot of moving parts tonight, Jackson, as far as just an outstanding effort by both teams tonight. But give credit to Alexandria. They had more than enough in those final 3 minutes or so to get across the finish line with a big win.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, also, that was all led by Beeson as well. I mean, the guy's got ice water in his veins. When the volume got too loud, he just turned it up even more.
There you see the Alexandria Valley Cubs in their post-game prayer and very much probably catching their breath at the excitement, the hard-hitting, big plays on both offense and defense. And you look at also the coaching decision that late after that touchdown that got Alexandria within one at 28-27 to go for it, to believe in that line, and J.J. Beeson and Alexandria, give them credit. They got it done.
They did, like you said, wasn't pretty at all times for either of these teams, but Alexandria toughed it out and picked up the win.
Now here comes the Valley Cubs to not only enjoy the win, but take home as far as our FNN belt for what's been just maybe our best game we've seen all season long here on FNN, as Cherokee County falls to 6-3 on the season. They'll drop also to 4-2 in region play, while Alexandria improves to 7-1 overall, and they'll also improve to 5-1 in region play. And this win, as JJ alluded to, that's going to get them number 2 in the region with just one more region game to go next week at Etowah.
Yeah, and it's going to get you a home game in the first round of the playoff, which is a huge bonus.
Remember, this is an Alexandria program 2 years ago that went just 1-9, went 8-4 last year, and was able to make it to the second round of the Class 4A playoff. So a lot of progress being made. And don't forget, this is senior night for Alexandria. They had just 9 seniors coming into this year on the roster, so there is still a lot of room for growth for these players, and also really a bright future ahead for this program coming up over the next couple of years. Let's send it down to Shasta Jones.
Coach Ginn, congratulations on this win tonight. For FNN, I want to present you with the Battle of the Belt tonight ring for the winning coach.
Sounds great.
Tell me about how this win felt and with going forward with the region games coming up.
Well, we've talked about this game and how much it means to play at home and have a chance to play a playoff game here and get back to that. You know, these guys are hungry. They want to be back where it's playoffs every year, and it's not only playoffs, but it's a home game. And, you know, I probably had a little too keyed up to start with. We made some dumb mistakes early in the first half that really got us behind the chains. I thought the onside kick, you know, we did really well there. We executed it really well, and then we don't go down and score and take advantage of it from a couple of penalties. But then, you know, as the game progressed and to watch what was going on, we were struggling to stop their wildcat formation. They were struggling to stop us. So it kind of led into that last call where I told Will, I said, hey, let's have a 2-point play ready. If we score, let's not go into overtime. Let's end this thing right here. And the beautiful thing I loved about my guys is when we call timeout and we come over and we're thinking about the things we're going to run, Will said, the sweep's open, fellas. It looks like it's open. Everybody's inside. They said, Coach, we're going to be in. And just the crazy thing is Cole's yelling, let's quarterback sneak. And, you know, everybody's just wanting to make that moment theirs. But for everybody to block down and kick out and run our basic play, the sweep, the way we ran it there to win the game was a huge deal. And, you know, I'm just proud of my guys. I'll go to war with my guys every day, all day.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations again on this win. And then for the whole team, do we also have the principal anywhere with me? Not in sight? Okay. I'm going to just give it to you on behalf of FNN. Here is the battle for the belt for the whole Alexandria Valley Cubs team.
How about this? Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. That's all yours.
Congratulations, guys, and we're going to send it back to you, Hardy.
Well, let's hope that Shasta can get out of that massive humanity there. As Alexandria very excited as far as the big win tonight, but also the progress that they've made as a program the last couple of years. And you heard at least his reasoning, Jackson, as far as that 2-point call. And really what we talked about, Coach Ginn, he wanted to win that game right there.
For sure. I mean, like you were saying, they were struggling with that wildcat formation, like he said, you know, and he wanted to be in his hands, and that's exactly what he done.
Our David's Appliance post-game summary as Keyshawn Woods had 3 touchdowns tonight, but also a big first half for MJ Morris with a couple of touchdowns, including a touchdown reception. Also, really 3 total touchdowns, a couple on offense, including to start the third quarter offensively, and then a big momentum change. One of the biggest plays of the game, very last play of the second quarter in the first half. MJ Morris able to take that batted ball when Adam Griffith got hit and take it to the house for the score. There you see an outstanding effort by Alexandria. Really outstanding effort, too, for the most part, by Cherokee County. But give credit to Alexandria as they were able to make the plays in crunch time down the stretch. In fact, let's take a look at our game highlights tonight. Right off the top on that, as far as the onside kick, Walker Marine Works presented all of our replays tonight. As here you see Alexandria got the tone started for this ball game with that onside kick. However, Cherokee County able to respond defensively, able to keep Alexandria off the board, and then Ben Mosley able to reel that in on 4th down. Alexandria responded right on the next drive as Cole Wheeler to MJ Morris for the first of his 3 total touchdowns.
Yeah, and that kid's just a sophomore, man. That is scary how good he's going to be, or how good he already is.
And then Keyshawn Woods, the senior, able to have another big ball game tonight as he rounds the left side for a big first down in that second quarter. And then on the kickoff after the touchdown, Morris loses it. Cherokee County able to get it back, but could not score on that drive because Tylen Hunt able to intercept Adam Griffith. As we come toward the finish line tonight, we'll take another look at Griffith's toss toward the end zone to Tatum Perry as that got intercepted by Tylen Hunt. And then this was a big, big play by MJ Morris as he was able to reel in against 2 Cherokee County defenders, the fade pass, and take it in for 6.
Juke the man out of his socks to do it as well.
One of the top athletes in our area is MJ Morris. Also, Keyshawn Woods the same as he was able to pound that in off the left side for the touchdown. So that was one of 3 scores for Woods as J.J. Beeson, an explosive second half, able to get the football in the red zone. And then Wheeler tries to toss over the middle on third down, gets picked off by Nate Black, as that led to Cherokee County's go-ahead score in the fourth quarter to begin the fourth quarter, thanks to a 1st and 25 run from 37 yards out by Keyshawn Woods. However, you have to give a lot of credit to the poise shown by Alexandria late in the fourth quarter, as they were able to battle back. As you take a look here at the pass downfield and at least complete that time. And right along the goal line, this is the the touchdown run initially by J.J. Beeson to get Alexandria within one. And then, of course, Beeson able to just get enough to break the plane to put Alexandria on top. And Beeson returned a pick six home to the house for the 2-point conversion. And your final thoughts, Jackson, a thrilling night.
And I'll tell you what, both these teams, I don't want to see them in the playoffs. Both these teams, if you see these guys in your bracket and you're matching up with them, that's a scary matchup for anybody.
Bucks Island scoreboard show still to come in about 30 minutes, but we'll go ahead and wrap things up from Death Valley as Alexandria takes home the belt and a first-round home game with a 36-28 win. There you see all the folks that helped make the FNN High School Football Game of the Week possible. A big thanks to all of our sponsors tonight as well. So for Jim Jacobs, for Shasta Jones, and for Jackson New, James Hardy wishing you a great Friday night and a happy weekend as you have been watching the FNN High School Football Game of the Week.